What happened last time?
A whole lot of shit.
Yeah, tell me about it. Catch us up.
Okay.
All right, John.
I would say, is it my job?
Should we just?
Yeah.
Should we start?
I got what I got.
Should we start with the last session? Or do we need to give more because there's been such a break?
Whatever you guys want. Whatever you guys forgot about, it'd be great.
I think the relevant information is that we are in the observed world. We came out of the gothic horror spire of the Hag Dungeon, and apparently a full collapse had happened. There was madness eyes all over the sky. There were 16 Crimson Rose generals, not 13. Because then,
it would be
number
13. It would be 13 if
3 of them get teleported away.
Yeah, if 3 of them got teleported away, then all of a sudden the number is 13, and you have 13 people in black outfits running around causing problems. But it's not Organization 13. That's very important to talk about.
Tellius said, well, this seems fucked up. And using his Herald action, casted a wish, which
and a Divine Intervention.
And a Divine Intervention. That is very important.
I thought he used a wish, Herald action, and a hero. I think he used all the above.
But he sent us to the observed world, which is a place where magic is weaker. There's no magic above a 6th level.
Well, there is, just you have to be special to use it.
Yeah. Mostly no magic above 6th level. Magic items stay the same. It is like a kind of parallel version of the universe. The Heralds don't exist here anymore because they became one with themselves after they fought Melora.
It was created back when Melora got split, and when you split a god, that has problems, so quantum mechanics has deemed you now get a separate version of reality that runs along mostly the same track with some differences. The Heralds got popped into existence on this end when they started exploring a place called Wave Echo Cove, or Cave. And then they went through their whole journey, and then pushed uncorrupted Melora back to reality and became one with themselves or something. But we've met a couple of cool people called the Wings of Hope, which are a bunch of Zahirian Valkyries. And they're like, yeah, shit's kind of fucked. Getting back's going to be hard, but maybe we can help you with that. Here's a bunch of places where stuff falls through in reality. So let's go investigate that. We went to Flat Scott, which was one of the places. Evelyn went off and met with her family because they're not dead here, and that's kind of cool. So she's having a moment there. We went to go investigate a cave with a bucket of gems that have been falling through reality here and from normal Xenia into here. And we talked about the bucket, and we also talked about the fact that, oh, by the way, M is like the oldest and strongest Valkyrie, and she wasn't supposed to be let out, and you guys shouldn't have let her out. And we were like, oh, that blows.
Whatever.
We'll fix that next time. And then we went to Dawn Call, to the next place where they had holes in reality, where a bunch of magic items came through. So we were like, let's go equip ourselves with the magic items that haven't been affected by reality and get pretty powerful. And then it was all raided by the time we got there by someone in black dragon scale armor and a fan. So that's probably Rio as another person who showed up. Maybe.
No, fans are a very popular item in Xenia, actually.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. But whoever in that vault is now in Dustlight, you know?
Yeah.
Just casually going to Dustlight.
Yeah,
Very
teleporting
fun.
around. So that's probably concerning. The Valkyries were also concerned about Rio because they all died before getting sent here trying to lock her away. And so that's a bit concerning if they're here. So they didn't like that, and they liked even worse when we floated the idea of it being around, and they were like, it is something that's even older than us, and we're not even supposed to interact with that thing whatsoever. And whenever it shows up, like, collapses happen. And we were like, damn, that's fucked. And they were like, yeah, we're gonna go talk about that. You guys stay in a tavern. So we started talking about everything's, crazy. And then Sorden stepped out of the wall and was like, hey, do you guys want to see a dead body?
Gordon.
Yes, Gordon, short for good Sorden. Very important there.
Not to be confused with Gordon. Bad Sorden.
Yes. So he teleported us to the catacombs of Ishaya, where we have found our own corpses, mutilated, mauled everywhere, and dead in front of us.
Definitely not hard on the mental at all.
Yeah, a bit of a
Casual
concerning
tourist trip.
image. And Soren put out the proposition when we kind of floated the idea of it being the one to eviscerate all of our bodies around of like, hey, you show me that memory, and I'll let you see my boss. And Killian and half the group was like, no, that's stupid. But then Far, in his infinite wisdom and like a 43 insight check, was like, oh, okay, fine, you can see mine. You can see my my memory. And so he did. And then Sordon was like, all right, we're gonna go see my boss. And we got teleported to some place with a bunch of guys in gray hoods. And this one guy stood up and introduced himself as Salem, and welcomed us to a group called the Gray Hand. Yeah, he and Sordon seemed to have something brewing, because they were talking about having seen it. Things can happen, or something. They're being vague and ominous about whatever they were saying. But, it's kind of where we are now.
Okay. You guys find yourself within this Gray Hand base. It is modest. It is where many different Gray Hand agents are taking their evening to recoup. This seems to be more like a recreational facility more than a headquarters of sorts for the Gray Hand. Maybe you count 30 or so individuals. She made some noises like she was going to vomit. Anyway,
Uh-oh.
she's fine.
Oh,
She's fine.
okay.
She's fine. She's now next to me. Yes. Yes. Hi. Inside this area, made of stone and of very much a tavern-esque feel from a medieval-like city. Lit with candlelight throughout, there is a mix of what looks to be mad individuals here, normal individuals, and a mix of races. No, we can't go outside now. No, she's gotta go to the bathroom. But then if I take her out, she's not gonna want to come back in. And then we're just gonna chase each other for the next 10 to 15 minutes. So we're not gonna do that. Okay. No. All right. So, I took her out so many times already today. We're on this.
Never
would be
enough.
5. This would be the 5th time I take her out today. Okay.
More.
You guys can't hear that because my microphone's really good.
She's crying right now. Aww.
Oh, I'm not gonna make eye contact again. I'm not gonna do it. We're inside the tavern. We're inside the city tavern, the Gray Hand establishment. It smells of fresh food, that of cooked meats and some wines of sorts are inside here. It looks like this is a place for all those that you would find that don't quite fit in the observed world, have a place inside this establishment. And all of them seem to be trying to do their own good in the world. They all seem to be walking their own paths. Salem gets up from the table he was playing cards with and starts walking with all of you guys into as he gestures you to follow, into a more private area to talk. As you guys walk past the bar, Salem looks over to the bartender and he goes, Hey, Layla, can you bring us all some fresh food and water for our guests today? I'm gonna talk more to them. Sordon seems to have found some really cool people. And Layla smiles, nods, and goes and throws an order back to the kitchen as all of you guys. Stop it!
I think
As
I know
all
who's
you
main
guys
villain
walk-
campaign is.
Walk past this into a more sound-treated area filled with all sorts of blankets and robes and rugs. And Salem's like, I'm gonna go grab some people shortly. Why don't all of you talk briefly with each other and get settled, and I'll be right back. Sorden will stay with you in the meantime. I'm very excited to meet all of you and talk in detail. I'll be right back. And Reed's going to take his fucking dog out. You guys go ahead and role play together while I go take my dog out.
Athena won.
Athena did win.
Victorious.
Ah. All right.
So I'm gonna come out and say it. Is anyone else like fucked up by seeing your own corpse?
Yeah,
At all?
no. Especially because like mine had all the markings that I had, which also just for posterity's sake, now that I don't have those, I can see why that was a bad decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
A
A little bit.
Yeah, no. I thought that was something you couldn't come back from, but I feel fine now.
See, I'm just trying not to think at all. It just ignore its existence, put it away, never think about it ever again.
When you say it, what are you referring to in this case? 'Cause there's a
several things
lot.
that you could
Every-
refer-
Yeah.
The what we were just discussing, the corpses.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
so
just.
not in
There's,
itself.
listen, Mahua, today has been so fucked. Like the past few weeks, that literally could have applied to anything, and I would have agreed with you.
We did kind of see
So,
what I
I'm
only
just-
assumed to be the death of a herald, which that in and of itself is something you might want to forget, because oof.
I don't know.
Yeah, all that.
Who
Just
died?
that's not our problem right now. Just
I
turn it off.
I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like it's kind of pertinent to us. I feel like.
Nope, not our problem right now.
Okay, so
What
let's
is our
say.
problem right now.
Let's say worst case scenario, Tellius did die. He was turning into a really sick ice sculpture for a minute there. Maybe that's still there.
Really?
Do we think the other heralds and Adium are still alive
Well,
back there?
the ones that were trapped, or
Yeah.
all of the above?
Mainly the ones that were trapped, the ones that we were actively working with. I can't speak on the ones that we never interacted with at all.
I mean, I'd like to think Zion was lying because he loves talking shit, but I don't know. If there was 16 of them, and whatever that thing is, they might have been able to do them all in.
See, but
Especially over 3 years.
I'm almost thinking being put into hag jail could have saved them, ironically enough.
Well, I mean, yeah, them. I'm saying, like, the rest of the ones,
yeah.
the ones that he showed up and gloated about killing.
I hope Adium didn't die. It would really kind of suck to. He was trying to get his family back, and I mean that's
I mean,
it's a
Oh, he
noble
was
thing
gone.
to do.
is his family still around? He was gone for, like, what, 400 years? Or something? However long it was between the heralds and us letting him out. I mean, that's a fucking long time.
I mean, there was one of the headmasters at the last our academy had the last name Azurin, so
Which one?
Yeah, but
the headmaster of Dunamancy, I believe it was. Professor Azurin, a notable, renowned spellcaster on a level almost comparable to, not quite, but almost comparable to Ralia.
Yeah, that checks out.
Is she the one Windlegs was talking about? Also with the metal arm?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Yeah, no, I haven't ever been to Last Star, so no, I can't say I've ever heard of her, but
Yeah, no,
I mean,
that's that would be my first guess of either a descendant of his wife or I don't know.
well, I would think if they have the metal arm, I would think it might be the real deal because Beltron and him have made a big deal out of the metal arms being like super rare, and it kind of becomes less rare if just these other random people have it. Like 3, yeah, that's really fucking rare. But like, I don't know, you start descending out of that and it becomes less impressive almost. I don't know.
Just throws the toy across the room.
Beltron. He had a Herald, a Crimson Rose General, and probably the strongest Valkyrie to ever and will ever exist.
And then
Locked
just
up
some
in his
random guy who
jail.
wasn't important at all, too, you know?
He was tied up by like rope. I don't think that's really that important. He was tied up by rope.
But is that not something we should maybe be concerned about in the future going forward?
Abel, the
Future,
list of shit
definitely
we
not
should
now.
be the list of shit we should be worried about is
Well, we gotta get through it all so we can figure out what we're
yes,
gonna do.
but maybe we should.
Listen, just forget about it. It's too much. There's
You know,
too-
Mahu, are you just fully defeated?
We literally saw our dead bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to be that guy. I'm kind of in Mahua's boat right now.
I thought you were trying
fucked.
to not talk about
But
the
if
body.
the Heralds are dead,
Well, you keep freaking talking about it.
if the Heralds are dead, somebody has to step up and do something.
Oh yeah,
and,
it'll
and
just
you,
be us.
you want to volunteer.
It seemed like Tullius wanted it to be us. With that
I
whole speech he gave us.
I don't know if I agree with that because he made a point of order to say like, "You are not the people I would choose." Like he
But he still
verbally
chose
said
us.
that. He very verbally said, "You are not the people I would choose."
Fucking Reed grinning over there.
That's for sure. I don't remember quite what he said, but if you said that, I believe that.
You can tell me
We are.
anything.
It sounds,
You
that
can
certainly
tell me
sounds like
anything
something
and
you'd
I'd
say.
believe it right now. I'll be real with
We
you.
are.
What's this? Talia said to give me like 100 million gazillion gold. I mean,
No, see, I don't sound like him.
That's
Don't like him
crazy.
at all.
That's crazy. It's just been so long. It was such a traumatic event, Reed. You just
Yeah,
you just don't have
Alright.
it.
I don't believe
Let's lay out what we can focus on here in the observed world, not to be confused with mirror world, which is not opposite.
Yeah, it's why would it be? It's whatever.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
continue. Whatever. Well,
First and
We
foremost.
have an opportunity at
Okay.
our hands, right? The Valkyries mentioned that magic is weaker here. Zion seems to be weakened here. We do have an opportunity to take them out for good before we go back to Xenia, if we go back.
I mean, maybe Zion, but if it's Rio and it as the other two, I don't want to go near it within like 5 miles of that thing.
I'm all down for beating the living shit out of Zion, dude. But the other two, absolutely not. At least
Yeah,
not
no,
right now.
I agree. I agree. If we should focus on any of them right now, we should kill Zion.
So the Valkyries mentioned one of the way backs was like those creation gem thingies, and we know Tellius had one. What are the odds it like fell out of his pocket during whatever was going on, and it's somewhere around here?
If it fell out of his pocket, point of order, it goes into the obliterator pit. If you read.
What?
No,
What
no,
happens
it's just-
if a creation gem goes in the obliterator pit? That seems like it would cause some problems.
I
That's
do
how
have
it is.
an answer to that question. You don't get to know it.
There's just a
something-
super
alright,
You
obliterator.
can try it.
Something
Next
tells
time you
me,
get your
right?
hands on a creation gem.
Something tells me that Tullius having this creation gem would probably put it somewhere more secure, so that it
Yeah,
doesn't
but-
have a chance of just.
But he was like
Falling
turning
out.
into ice at the time. He was doing a lot at that moment.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
he'd lost track of it. I don't know.
The most likely
Where-
option is that the Crimson Rose stole it from him.
Where?
Oh,
Okay.
fuck. I don't want.
Or hey, maybe
Okay.
maybe the creation gem is also frozen. Halal works in mysterious ways.
I barely even know what halal
Apparently-
is.
I
how
don't know
Slytherin's
either,
just
but apparently
sitting
she's like half
across the
predatory
bus.
Alalia.
Yeah, that is. How does a god almost be half dead? How does that happen?
And Salem comes back into the room with food inside his hand. You see, he puts down a platter that has stuffed red peppers on it, a blend of
grabbed
sour
those.
cream and garlic,
I'll pass on that.
There is some chicken soup on there, a thick soup with hearty chunks of chicken, dumplings, onions, and celery. And there seems to be a herb-crusted chicken with ginger marinade served on noodles and a helping of green beans, all laid out, enough for everybody to pick and share on at the table. Even Sordin goes and takes a little bit on his own plate as Salem sits down and goes, "Wonderful. Now that we're all here and we can talk more in private, please help yourself. It's wonderful to meet your acquaintance. Sordin has given me some information about all of you prior to coming here, but the most exciting news is sharing of that memory. That's going to be really important. But also, I just met you, so the key is I need to trust you all. So we're going to play a fun game of truth or truth. All right? You're going to try and tell me something really valuable about you, so I have a reason to believe you."
Okay.
Anybody want to start?
Like us collectively or us?
Yeah, I'll go
individually?
first.
Okay.
Something true about us?
Sure.
Let's see. I'm in a different world of existence. My old world might be completely destroyed or taken over by an evil god. And I'm not sure what my place in the universe is anymore.
Ditto on that last one.
Excellent. Okay. You know, I like you, and you said your name was Mahua?
Mahua. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, wonderful to meet you. Thank you for the sincerity and the honesty. And I'm sorry for your situation. That's horrible news, and hopefully we can fix that. Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. We can do that. We'll see.
I was the champion of Nassau for a little bit there. I might have messed that up, but I'll summon the sword. I think I'm still champion. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm having a whole identity crisis after that thing killed us.
Okay. That's 2 for 2 on the identity crisis. Show of hands, how many people here are having identity crisis? Everybody but one guy.
Far's happy.
It's everybody but one guy there.
Far's so certain in himself. It's just like,
Okay.
fuck it.
Oh my god.
Listen, Far again has
Salem
enough wisdom.
turns
He can perceive the notes.
toward Sordin and goes like, "These are the guys?" And he's like, "These are the guys." It's like,
We're
okay.
a real fixer-upper, that's for sure.
Okay, okay.
Real fixer-upper.
Right.
You ever met a Morellian before?
Can't say I have.
Killian's gonna summon the Echo, if he
Okay.
can.
Yeah.
I think that's what this thing is. It's a Morellian. He's kind of cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, he's with me constantly, I think. He sometimes says things. It's a bit weird.
Okay. I've seen weirder.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't judge yourself so hard. Okay.
Just, I don't know. There's a vampire lord that had my same name running around. He was a dick. I'm Killian. He was also Killian. We kicked his ass. It was pretty cool, but also he killed me. So like,
Yeah, it
you
was
know,
the,
pros and cons.
You're
Alter
undead?
Shadows.
What?
You're undead?
No, I got brought back. They did the magic shit.
Ah.
We had someone who's like in with the Raven Queen, and she's somewhere. She's meeting with her family right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Alright. I'll go next. I kind of was just chilling on a Shio, and they kind of needed help, you know, making sure it didn't explode, like horribly. So they kind of recruited me after I think your apprentice was the one they had before, but I think he died. And I'm pointing to Sordin. So you know they picked me up. I ran with them for a bit, helped them with the vampire lord dude. He was a dick. And then, yeah, a few trips later, we all died. Then we ended up here. That's cool. And now I just kind of make shit for them, like that sword, that armor, and this fucking thing. You know, point to the owl, Steel Defender.
My master
Yeah.
is kind. He gives me purpose.
No, not this shit.
No.
It only started talking like a week ago. That's pertinent information. That thing's weird.
Here,
I'll
right?
fix that in the patch.
Yeah, we're not quite sure what that's about.
I could have some of my engineers take a look.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I don't like it here. I don't want to be here. I'm sure you don't want us here, and you don't want the other people that came with us here.
I'm not that judgmental, but sure.
Well, but on the flip side, what do you have to offer that can make us trust you?
Chicken noodle soup, apparently.
He didn't offer that. That was the kitchen.
No.
Tell you what. I think a good exercise is always actions speak more than words can. I think if there's something you need, I'd be happy to get it for you as best as possible right now. Besides, it sounds like a working plan to get you back to your world. And that is something we've been working on for quite a while. And I think your memories are going to be able to help us do that. But you were discussing, as Sordin informed me, taking on one of these black-scaled armored individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We have
His
resources
name is-
that could help you make, probably make it quite easy to take this individual out.
What kind of resources you talking about?
A lot of anti-magic artifice and weaponry.
That is interesting.
Would
yeah,
you
I was
would you have a way to find them?
Yes, remember, we can see the aberrations in this world, and like you guys stick out like a sore thumb from anything not from around this world. And we've been tracking those 3 other spots so far, those hot spots. And currently 3 of them are in Dustlight at the moment.
Do you know what the third one is? We have a good idea on the first 2. We know it's probably Zion and Rio.
We have some of our field ops trying to find out more.
Why do you guys want to go back?
Arts guys, nobody here really wants to go back. I just sort of feel a calling to go back home.
Okay. So, like, how long have you guys been trying to work on that? Like,
Better part of a few hundred years?
oh boy. How does everyone live to be this fucking old?
I mean, I'm only like 34.
Okay, the way you phrase that implies that you have been working on it for like that long.
I think he was
No.
talking about the group.
Organizations
not
last
himself.
way longer. They weren't quite as organized without me, but yeah, they're doing all right.
Okay.
But it seemed like you both know stuff about it. Because you saw his memory of it, and that's what convinced you to bring us here. And I'm talking to Sword. So
You see Sword, and he's just observing, being his sword himself. We know aspects about it, but unless you guys have more information, it is quite a mysterious creature. It is a bringer of end times. It is something that scares the Valkyries, which in essence scares the living daylights out of all of us. And if it was here, I imagine there would be a lot more panic in the entirety of the world already.
if it was.
So how do you guys have information on it if it hasn't been here like ever?
It's been here.
When?
When the Heralds were dealing with the corrupt Melora. I believe it was here. And we do have
Did
reason to
it-
believe from some artifacts that potentially it was here even. And you see Soren kind of leans forward. He's like, sir, he's just like, I mean, why not at this point? What's the worst that happens with this group? When this world was created, it seemed like it might have been here as well, even at its inception when the observed world took form and split from your home.
Like a copy of it was put here, or it itself was here.
We don't know. Too bad we weren't around at the beginning of creation, right? Make things
Yeah, that would make a lot of this a lot easier, I think.
a lot easier.
So when we're saying like beginning of creation, minimum age, are we ballparking this dumb thing at like hundreds of thousands, millions?
Probably.
Like, is there any ballpark?
I mean, a few collapses ago is when this place would have came into existence. So
That does nothing. I don't know. Collapses off the top of my head.
Where do you ballpark a collapse? You know, every how many years?
I mean, they vary. From what some of our archivists have put together, I'd say they happen definitely infrequently because it's at the will of the gods, typically, or the will of beings to overthrow gods and some earth. As he looks over to Sword, and Sword just like eyes roll into the side. But definitely hundreds of thousands of years. I don't know if we really have records for really nailing down dates as it starts to get, passed down through generations of verbal stories, or, collapses tend to lose a lot. And we lose a lot of progress that way, including out a written word.
You said
Oh.
You said that it was here when the heralds were fighting Melora.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like confirmed or at least suspected that it is aligned with that corrupted incarnation of Melora, or is it its
No idea.
own independent? Okay,
It
that's
didn't
concerning.
engage with the heralds. It was just there.
My mind goes to just like it's like the Herald fight, except just off screen you see it with a bucket of popcorn, just munching, just watching.
I don't
Just like,
think
oh,
it's
it's
using
pretty
its hands
fucking
though. I
sick.
think it's just sitting there like this.
Yeah, like
And
this.
the popcorn
with
is
the-
just being like telekinetically put underneath the helmet.
Yeah. The popcorn bucket has to be in the middle of like the hand thing though, so where it's just like a bucket. It's just...
All right. Also, how severe can a collapse be,
Yeah.
destructively wise?
Like hypothetically.
Because
You see him just like put his hand
like
in
it
his
sounds
head.
like
He's
an
just
apocalypse,
oh, Lord.
but also it sounds like help me understand, because it, from the looks of it, one happened in Xenia right before Tullius wished us here.
Well, that's bad. I can't say
Yes,
I ever
very
lived
bad.
through a collapse.
that's an understatement.
From what records we have, and I'm quite interested in history, but I'm not as versed in it as our archivists. So any extreme details, they would be able to tell you guys better. But collapses have ranged from entire societies disappearing to technologies ceasing to exist to entire pantheons being wiped out. Sometimes life has started over before after collapses, but sometimes it's not as terrible and it's just an entirety of a technology or people that go, which is terrifying and horrible, but it's not a complete apocalypse in the sense of one of the gates of the 13 hell, well, former 13 hells, opens up and pulls everybody in and everyone's burning forever. That's
That-
not typically how these go, as far as
That sounds
history has let
oddly
us know.
specific.
You say that like it's happened before.
Things have happened. Don't worry about it. Things happen.
Well, I mean, we don't have to
Give
worry
me more
about it anymore
than
because
collapse.
have to worry about it because the hells are all gone or whatever, right? It's fucking
Yeah,
whatever.
definitely.
Put it on the
Mhm.
list.
Yep,
All right.
definitely. Definitely gone.
I don't like the way
like
you phrase that.
I don't like
I
that.
You got more to say there, or you just want to be funny?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, whatever,
Alright.
fine.
Is there any chance that I could talk with your archivist as well as get a chance to look at that artifice you spoke of earlier?
Sure. I mean, that's very much part of the actions. You guys aren't probably going to go anywhere anytime soon, and we need some time to make some arrangements to try and figure out how best to get you from here back to your world, as well as how to fix the current situations. Having you here is a good ticket for a lot of displaced beings to get back to the places they need or originated from. But also there is like a rejection that sort of happens from this world. The longer you're here, the less you will, feel right here. Not that you'll grow sick. It's just the world. It's more of a aimlessness that'll hit you. A more of a dissociation, an emptiness that follows you in every waking moment. It makes it kind of difficult to live your life. So we'd like to avoid that for all of you and try and fix that as best as possible. We're trying to get people where they need to be. And there's a lot of people here that they deserve better lives than what they will probably get here, even though it is a peaceful and happy place. Unfortunately, not everybody is welcome.
So what do you guys want to do about like the Valkyries? Because they probably are going to check back in on us at some point.
Yeah, I was about to bring that
don't
up.
ever talk to them again. That would be best. So like I think we just shift you around from place to place for right now, since you've taken this step. Were they coming back to see you anytime soon?
I think so.
believe so.
Why
Maybe.
are you not? I mean, it doesn't seem like you and the Valkyries are inherently opposed to one another.
They do not have any tolerance for people with madness. I mean,
Yeah, they said they'd murder us.
And
Well,
anybody
okay, I
that's
didn't know.
Maloran is in danger.
Okay, I didn't know if the green markings were madness or something else. So
I mean, sure, I might not be, but there's plenty of people that are completely disparaged by them, and I'm not okay living in a world like that.
fair enough.
Damn. Just kind of looking forward to getting that training.
I mean, we have tons of people that you can train with here, too.
I would like that because, as it stands, I think the past. God, I don't even know how long it's been. Ever since we fought the Altar Shadows, we've just felt like we've been out of our depth.
I can understand that. I have plenty of memories of upheavals very similar to that, and you just do your best. You just sort of persevere, and you rely on your friends. You rely on the systems that are in place, and even when those collapse, you got to find some sort of way to push through. All right. Well, we're gonna go get things ready. We may need your help, so make yourself at home here for the hours that be. But I'll come back and check on any of you, and we'll get things going, and hopefully make something good happen for everyone with this world. As he gets up, he's like, "Do you have any questions?"
There's a list. It's going to take me a bit to go through them. So,
All right, Soren, you got it. And as he then walks out of the room, Soren's like, "Oh." And as he leaves, you see Soren looks, and he's just like, and he just turns and leaves too.
Of course he does.
And so you guys have the food. You're welcome to this time right now. Yeah.
How's everyone feeling?
I was kind of looking forward to that Valkyrie training.
I feel like you know the answer to that question.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just important to get it all out so we can move forward.
So, I know Mahua brought it up the other day, but assuming we somehow do get back devoid of fucking murdering Zion or Rio or whatever, getting murdered, what even is our goal at this point?
Collect whoever can help us. Hold on, I had a there. We gotta figure out what the hell happened. If that was a collapse, see who's still alive, and in my opinion, pick off the Crimson Rose generals one by one. We can't take all 16, 15, or however many there are. We can't take them all on at once.
And I suggest we start with Zion.
Agreed. How do you guys feel about that? With some gray hand training and some new toys, we might actually have a chance for once.
I don't know. I'll be honest, this feels like it's a dumb decision and a suicide mission if we go through with that.
What other options do we have?
Yeah, we don't really have any other cards to play.
Consider what Salem just said about what it would be like to live here. Doesn't sound like an existence we would be truly happy with.
I guess.
And if we're responsible for the Herald's death, we gotta... The death of the Heralds, if they're dead. I don't know.
I mean, I think first thing is we gotta have to get out of this place. That's the only goal. We don't know what's waiting out there.
I agree. I just think we should kill Zion before we leave here.
At least
It's our best opportunity to take him out.
So
he
think
told-
about that. Didn't he die already?
Yeah, that's kind of.
We saw DM or John, because you both probably have good recollection.
Have encyclopedic memory, yeah.
When we saw Adium black hole Zion, did it look like he was sending him to space, or did it look like he was like crushing him?
Crushing him
It
to
seemed
death.
like put a black hole in
Alright,
your
yes,
chest,
that
crush
is
you to
bad.
death.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
So,
not
like-
it's not just like he took him and threw him somewhere else. Okay.
No, it's like here's a black hole right next to you. You are being crushed.
Enjoy
So, like,
gravity
if we-
beyond belief.
Even if we kill him, what's our guarantee that he just doesn't, that he comes right back like he already has done? Or for any of them, for that
Well,
matter.
From the way
He also
Salem-
doesn't have from what you said, he doesn't have his memories or anything of the other
he
events. So
he's got something. I don't think it's memories, but he
An inkling.
knows something's off, yeah. Which is only probably even worse if the other two, if Rio, whatever the other one is, are with him, then they all probably are at least know something is off, depending on who has what.
Also, it seems like Salem and the Gray Hand here have experience with these individuals from the sound of it.
If not experience, they definitely have knowledge that we can.
They might
utilize.
know how to permanently kill him.
And we could just, at the very end of the day, put him in the ground, hope he stays dead. Same thing with Harkin. If death is just fucked as it is, all you can really do is just try and hope.
Personally, I kind of have a grudge to squash with him anyway, so let's just kill him for the fun of it. Who cares whether or not if he?
Let's
actually-
kill the Maloran general for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Do you hear yourself speak?
He died once. He's clearly not at full strength. Regardless
It's
of whatever
been, like,
this.
I don't know.
It's been like a week.
I would have agreed with you back in like Ashaya and our world, but it's been like 3 fucking years. I don't know if you kept track of that.
Oh, that's true.
So
Did he look noticeably different on the bridge than he
he's
did
back.
when we
He's
saw
back
him?
to
Yeah,
Just
he's
back-
full
okay,
power,
I-
he was full
Yeah,
I
power.
full power
completely
back.
missed that. My bad.
Reed went out of his way to be like, yeah, he looks like
I
he's
know-
recovering, and then
There was
3 year jump.
a lot. There was a lot in
There
that
was-
whole
there was a
bridge
lot to-
sequence.
There
There was a lot
to
of
keep track
details.
Like,
Yeah.
every time you rewatch the scene, there's more. Oh wow,
There's
look at the
more.
layers.
Oh no! Stop that! No,
It's like poetry.
no! It's like an onion. This is what you're looking for.
I just like the
Are we like locked in this room? Or...
Not at all.
We just
No, you free to
walk
do whatever you
around.
want.
Oh,
I will stay until there is no chicken left.
yeah. Father's gonna walk around and just look at things. You know, go through doors. Try to, you know, doors are locked. He won't push his way through them, but like,
Yeah. If
you know, try to figure out where he is or try to get any information.
Yeah, I'll say you find that you're clearly somewhere underground. The place itself you find is, you know, different types of what do they call that? Leisure type of places, pardon me, like the equivalent of like pool tables and pool games in certain areas. This is definitely a cool down area for the Greyhand agents from whatever missions they go on. The doors that are locked are typically like conference rooms or people who are just trying to stay private at this point. With your observation, you can hear through the doors muffled, purposely so, because, you know, this is a land of spies, so they're not naive. But there's like people just having their conversations going on with their day. And you do find one place that is open that you might have expect to be locked is a room with a bunch of different teleport circles on the ground. And this seems to be how people come in and out of this area. There are guards in here at all times. As they see you, they acknowledge you, but they don't say anything to you. The place itself has couches, and there's even in certain rooms tavern-esque like, where as you go deeper down, there it branches off into separate rooms for them to rest temporarily. Kind of think of at hospitals how they have those rooms in between for doctors just to chill out. It's not nice, it's not luxurious, but this is just, again, a way for them to have a breather. There's nothing of their like plans, there's nothing of their like core elements and stuff like that here. They clearly like compartmentalize all aspects. You see a lot of similarities from what you've already experienced with the Crimson Rose with them, that they're like, they're not going to get caught in one place and have their entire plans fall through. And if they're letting you roam, there can't be that much for you guys to discover or find that they wouldn't want you discovering or finding on your own anyway. You'd also, I would notice that most people's demeanors are particularly friendly. They're upbeat here. Again, plenty of purple-eyed individuals, but they're and markings of madness on them, but they're not tearing off heads. They're not putting their fingers inside your bodies and ripping your hearts out. They're just existing like any other being.
Oddly specific, Reed.
Yeah.
Who would ever do that to us?
Yeah.
I'll do it again.
All
You're gonna fucking do that?
Walker? Do it again.
All right.
I'm good.
While everyone else is sitting there in the room, just kind of
Mhm.
thinking, Killing's gonna hold out his hand and at something that's been bugging him for a bit. He's gonna try to summon the sword that stuck to his soul.
Yeah,
He's gonna try. He doesn't know what's gonna happen, but he's just gonna try.
doesn't come.
I don't
I
know
would
if there's
say-
any.
You would probably
You go.
feel like almost a soreness inside you, almost like you would feel after an injury has healed, and as you're trying to still use it, it's almost too soon for you to be on your feet or to be using that hand that you may have injured at some point. It's remnants of that feeling as you try to summon the sword.
Mm-hmm. But it's still like a sense of something still there. It just to an extent, or is it like the lack of something?
Lack of something.
Okay.
Like a tooth you used to have that's now just a whole cavity.
Hmm. That's a bit fucked up.
Mm.
Weird. That's a bit weird.
You want to play the game? It's up to you guys.
I know he's out.
All right, so Sorting comes back, meets with some of you guys, and you see him be. He looks to you, and he's holding a small black box device, and he goes, "Which one of you wants this?"
How
What
important
is it?
Can we
It's a
tell what it
communication
is?
device. You can communicate with us, and we can send messages back and forth. It'll be safe. Nobody can pick up
I
on it.
think
And anything
least-
you see, we can see on this, so you can share with us, so you don't have to give us your memories. You can just give us the black box.
the
I
least
can take
likely one of us to die or lose it is either Lucius or Far. So those
Okay.
are probably my votes.
Here you go, Lucius. As he hands it over to Lucius. All right, and the artificer, come with me. We'll go take a look at your guy there. So, I'd appreciate all of you if you just try and keep this on the wraps. If you do end up running to Valkyries, don't mention this. We've tried very, very hard to keep these people safe, and we're really going on a limb trusting you because you're different. You're telling us a herald, and we can confirm. Salem was nice to tell you, but he knows when someone's lying. He always knows. So, if you lied to him, he would have known. He trusts you now. And because of that, I will trust you. But don't be stupid. You can still be really stupid, whether that's by intentional or not. So just be on guard. Because one fuck up from you will cost the lives of hundreds of Malorans. For what? Nothing. Anyway, we're going to go see the Artificers, one of their outposts. So, when you're all ready, you can join me. Meet me in the teleport chamber. One of your friends is already located. I'm sure he can show you to it. And we'll be off to meet with some of them.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a point where the bodies just stop mattering after they've piled up enough? I mean, what? We're at 85 million plus.
Every single one matters. And we have to do whatever we can to prevent it from the number from getting even higher.
Where'd you get the 5?
80 million people disappear. Probably at least 5 million people probably
Yeah, I've been saying 85.
That's
Sorry.
probably a low number.
I thought it was 80. I was like, where'd the 5 come from?
It probably, I think it is 80. I think I've just been fucking that up as John.
I was like, damn, 5 more million? Like,
Where did we get the 5 from?
Inflation's
Listen,
wild, guys.
I would argue the number is even higher. We don't know what's happened
yeah.
because of us in that 3 years. That number is probably skyrocketed.
we're probably in 9 figures, maybe 10. You know,
We have to do what we can to prevent that number from getting any higher and to avenge the ones we've already lost. It's our responsibility.
Would you like to go teleport?
Yeah, just give me a minute. And then Abel will go off on his own and just say a quick prayer to Nasui to try and rekindle that connection before he's ready to leave.
Is weak and far away?
Killian's gonna take a minute to see if he can do that weird meditation thing when he thinks about that weird garden place that he had the vision of,
Sure.
and see what happens with that. Because last time he got like gobbled up by Morellian. That was kind of weird.
Make religion check.
So, oh fuck, religion check. Holy shit.
Spiritualism, bitch.
Okay, that's a 10.
You sit there like an idiot for 10 minutes. Nothing happens.
Okay. He just thinks it's weird because last time he just like, oh, I'll think about it. All of a sudden he's in a weird vision thing. So he's just like, oh,
Yeah, weird.
nah.
Seems like you
Mirror
don't
world
have your
shit's
things in
weird.
order at all.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Like, you don't understand
Listen,
any of
just the
this.
concerning Echo Box is it's another pile, another thing to the pile.
It's
There's
probably like a crate now, not just a box.
yeah, it really is, but it's whatever. Fuck it. It is.
But who is also gonna do kind of a similar thing, like try to go off on his own, kind of not
Run to the
really,
bathroom.
just kind of like very like kind of thousand yard staring, not acknowledging anybody around him anymore. Just find a little place and do his best to try and make a connection with the astral sea, the astral plane.
Make a religion check.
Probably not. That's not awful. That's a 10.
It's really weak here. As you try to reach out to the astral sea, you find your connection to other planes here is isolated. This world itself seems very insulated from the world you're used to. I would put it akin to when you walk outside, you can hear the music of the world, the birds that sing, the insects that chirp, the people that talk, the roads that are walked. There's a music that runs throughout the world. Here, that is silent. It seems like there is only one song that gets sung here, and that is of the observed world.
And then I'll just sit alone for a little bit.
That's fine. Other people notice you, and they're just like, well, been there, had those days. They're just, they know not to touch that.
After Killian tries his own religion thing, he'll spend whatever time in between that and the group leaving, sketching some stuff in his book. But yeah, he also is basically kind of sitting there 1,000 yards staring, just at a book.
I'm so glad our game has come into PTSD the game. I am fucking thrilled. That's what we
There's a point, like, where you just keep filing the trauma. You gotta find...
Reed, if you caused the apocalypse, you would be pretty...
I would like to remind the council of the moment last session where Reed very verbally goes, "This isn't enough existentialism yet. We need more." More.
I don't remember that. It's been ages. A lot's happened last time, man. I don't even know.
Before we leave, does anybody else want to do something? Because I don't want to hog up all the time.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just reminding you, Hunter, I did give you the spell storing item with Vortex Warp, even though it's not in our spell list.
Yep.
I blow up the building.
I commit a crime.
Abel's gonna have a conversation with Sordin.
Okay, so you're in the teleporter room and you walk in and Sordin just like, where's the rest of them?
They're
I'm here.
But,
Wait.
Yeah, Lucius is right there. He's a master of stealth.
He's all excited with his little master. Where are we going?
Please
taking
take out the vocal box.
There is no vocal component.
Look at the flowers.
So bad.
Look.
Before we got killed by it, I had a vision, a run-in, an encounter with some sort of remnant of that corrupted version of Melora, and I don't want to say she tricked me because in the end of the day, I accepted it myself, but I became maddened in the purple fashion. And I've been told before that was irreversible. But I mean, you're looking at me right now. I'm not maddened.
Yeah, true.
Is there any information you can add that helps me make sense of this? Because I'm struggling to figure out what happened.
There are no cases of anybody reversing full-blown madness. That's never happened. Only 2 heralds. And of the note, from what we've been able to exchange with the Xenia, one herald literally had to die and be reborn in order to lose their madness. And that only worked out so well because the worlds were kind of in flux at that time, and he couldn't be claimed so easily by Melora. Maybe you fall into that category, but there is no cures for this. It all depends on how you look at it. Some of it's not to be cured, just a way of life for some people. For others, it drives them mad. Having the blood of a god in you would drive most mad.
And I'm not judging anybody who can live with it. I've met an individual, a dragonborn, who was Meloran, who was honestly kind of a role model looking back on him. But now that I'm no longer afflicted, I can see that. I don't think I'd want that for myself, so I'm afraid of it rearing its head again, of reclaiming me or something.
Not a case I've heard of, but best sounds like you'd be ready for it if it does happen again.
I'll try my best. And Abel's ready to leave whenever everybody else is.
Everybody else ready?
Sure.
Okay, you guys teleport out and into a engineering and artifice room. Inside here, there is a plethora of tools, blueprints, and artifice. I'll change the music. Lucius is absolutely tickled pink and delighted by the entire
Absolute
the
kid in the
area.
candy store vibes.
Absolutely. The place is not all the leading technologies whatsoever. It's actually impressive in the way that it's so hamstrung. That with what they have, they've made so much out of so little. And it's pretty impressive for you, Lucius, to see such a well-run, organized organization. Things that you've used in the past, you've never thought to use it in such a way that they are, and you're like, why didn't I think that's a cool idea? And it's already giving you inspiration for new projects. Let me get music.
Far hates it.
This is stupid.
There's no trees! This place sucks!
The woodland druid
The
just
player is very excited.
Yeah.
Far hates it.
I had one of
Abel,
my-
Abel tries to go to sleep tonight, and Caspian steps back into like the void room, and it's just like, okay, last time was a bit of a fluke, but this time you should really be mad. Like, it would be really funny if you did it twice.
Yeah, back to back, baby.
Back to back.
Sordin looks to a half-elf individual with short blonde hair. Inside, just gray pants and a gray shirt tucked into it with black belt, black boots, gloves on, and excitedly comes over and is immediately going up to the your artifice. What do they call that again?
Steel Defender.
Steel Defender with just joy, and gives you a handshake immediately, Lucius, as he goes, "Oh my God, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm Jashir Bemu. Good to see you. You see, sort of
Lucius,
going,
Lucius,
you don't
good to
need
meet you
names.
too."
Don't give them names.
All right.
And he's like, but look at this for the. I mean, he deserves to know at least the name of. What an incredible make. My master is quite the worksman. Gave it vocal components. Fascinating.
I didn't. If you, I need to figure out how to remove that. It's work in progress.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well, here, walk with me over, and we have a nice diagnostic area. And you see, it comes over, and there's a bunch of like glowstone that is like compressed into tubes, and you can see all sorts of different artifice fueled by glowstone and other magical either resources, ores, or entities in here, and they put that in there. And as they shift that in there, the individual starts taking notes as all sorts of experiments start going down, and he turns to you, Lucius, and he's just like, please, he is completely ignoring the rest of the room. Like, he's just completely tunnel vision.
Hey.
His excitement is just gone. There's a couple of people here and there and sort of just watching, making sure you guys aren't now turning into murder hobos. And he
Finally,
because it's
We kill
his
everyone.
head, because he vouched for you.
Yeah, you guys know the bit of people like stealing catalytic converters? It's like that, but glowstone in this room. It's just like, all right, I can do it. The amount of money.
Finally, we can upgrade this shit.
I can get so much
So
money.
tell me, how did this start? Just started talking?
Basically, I built it where it was built,
Mhm.
and then throughout the day after it got built, it started speaking.
What were the circumstances under which you built it? Where and how did you build it? What was the time of day? What was going on?
Funny story. We were kind of in a hag's dungeon that was kind of this gothic tower vibe.
Okay.
Lots of dead things. No living things, only dead things.
Okay.
And
He's writing down the notes vigorously. None of this is phasing him in the least bit.
the hag dungeons are just commonplace.
He works for the Gray Hand.
That's true.
Salem's like a.
They have a hag dungeon farm so that they can farm resources at an expedited rate.
It's like a Minecraft model.
It's like a Minecraft spotter.
He said glowstone, and then the Minecraft references just keep coming in.
Sure.
Didn't the Valkyrie say there was a soul in there?
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, it's like a soul stuck.
Okay. Interesting. That's a good observant from the Valkyries, and they're probably spot on with that. You didn't mention any part about soul bonding when what you were doing. So
Not in my intention when I built it. It just, I guess it happened.
Fucking Alphonse Elric.
he's just looking
Yeah,
down at the notes. He's
literally.
like, "You sure you're not forgetting anything? You sure?"
Is this the DM telling me I'm forgetting something, or is this the character
Yes.
It's
saying?
a little both. There's a little fucking both.
Answer is
buddy.
yes, Adam.
Mr. Artifice, I can't remember this type of stuff. Artifice is
It's-
pretty scientific in their approaches to things.
Oh, fuck.
Hey
I
Adam,
can't.
how did you get the fucking robot?
It just spawned when I woke up, basically.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
So, tell it to the
Yeah.
NPC.
Well, like, okay, here's where I'm slightly confused, because Hunter has told me that it just builds itself while I take a long rest, like that's how it functions.
No.
But I always understood it as I build it myself. So
Based on how the class is described, part of your long rest is building it back.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
when you're just killing time, is your building is the assumption.
Yeah.
It's not you have to long rest and then spend time building it.
Like,
the
it-
assumption is
it-
it's at the same time.
It's not necessarily something you have to call out when you long rest, but like it's part of the long rest is you're building it back.
okay, understand. That makes more sense. Then yes, I didn't do as much building on this one. It just kind of was there when I woke up. And that's me to the NPC.
Okay. Interesting. Write some more notes. Goes back towards the computer. It's like, it's more than I normally get from people. As they wouldn't have a computer. Goes back to its artifice devices that are not computers and have no interfaces, but are instead measuring different components of it and trying to, on one of the panels itself, there is a true sight component to it that it's trying to see if there's any layers. The different types of magic are also visible as well through another one of these lenses, and you can see through, like, it's one of those like lenses that comes down and it's like multiple circular lenses, but each of them are different layers of different magics and arcana. There's at least 12 lenses for 12 different schools of magic. I believe it's 12 I have in my world, but don't hold me to it. Pretty sure it's 12.
There's magic.
How
That's the
many
answer.
Last Star colleges are? Do you remember that off the top of your head, Last Star Girl?
I think it's 12.
I think it's 12.
I don't
At
think you're
least
last
three.
star girl.
No,
was
but
talking to Faith.
as the guy
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
has encyclopedic knowledge.
It's
There's
7?
there's 11 class schools,
It is
and
11.
then there's the Grandmaster.
Yes, so it's 11. Oh, I know.
But
where
some of the
12
schools you created.
Yeah, of course. Yes, I'm very aware of that. Geomancy, Dunamancy, and Chronomancy.
I need,
In
I need
addition
to
to
learn
the
more about
normal one.
geomancy. That's very cool and interesting.
And then there's other stuff that no one's unlocked yet because you're all suck at this game. That's both groups.
Damn.
Both groups
Damn.
suck.
That
I'll
sucks.
I'll never get to use these things I want. By the way, we all can't talk about that thing I said we weren't doing that is now being done in the other campaign. That thing that Hunter Hunter had a serious talk with me. He's just like, just do it. Just please do it. I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna do it. He's like, come on. I'm like, fucking fine, all right? So we won't see anything. And it's going well already. And by the way, I got a DM from Zach yesterday, and he goes, is it Salem? And I'm like, interesting idea. I'm like, it's going exactly what I want. He's doing exactly what I want.
We were sitting there yesterday, like me and Nick talking about it. It's like, yeah, it's just kind of funny because I got to that part of their campaign and like he just disappears in between sessions. It's like, it's just like us. Surely
Yeah,
he'll never
no one
come
gives a
back.
shit.
Because the context is you literally get mad about it mid-session. You're like, you know what? No, fuck it. Taru's gone. He's been waiting at Show's apartment this entire time. And everyone's like, no, Show would have gone back to his apartment, and you're just done. You're like, nope,
Yeah,
nope.
nope,
I mean,
nope, he's gone.
I had conversations I wanted to do. They're gone.
Happens. Let's just forget it. It's one of those things that like they have to push for it. It's one of those secret ending type of deals that just like I'm not gonna give it to you. You guys gotta go for it, and then you're gonna sit there complaining to me next time. How come we did it? Just like I don't know how many times I got.
They were too busy not going to Aquarius.
Yeah, we're too
That was
busy doing
definitely a
everything else.
priority. Banana rings. Anyway, right. Okay. So, yeah. Valkyries are spot on. There's definitely a soul in here. So, my best guess, scientifically speaking, is when you were building it, some sort of soul ended up getting bonded to this artifice from this world of undead that you were talking about.
Checks out.
I mean, it is a being of sorts in there, and because of the way you've built your Steel Defender here, its free will is definitely being repressed completely, and whatever identity it once had is barely poking through from the comments it keeps making while I'm observing it. But, I mean, I would not suggest dismantling it because it would probably in the court of law be murder, but I'm not a deity and I don't pass judgment. I just do I'm not a big fan of killing. Rather we don't do that as best as
So
possible
what's
here.
the alternative?
I mean, freeing it would be a good
yeah.
start.
Yes, but how would that be done?
Give me like another hour? I don't know, dude. You see, he's just kind of like dumbfounded, just like, you don't have any theories or anything? All right, well, I'll guess. Try and figure it out. It's cool if I work on that instead of what I was working on. You see, sort of goes from up top, whatever they need. I was like, all right. And so, Yesser goes and starts doing some stuff. Or Jesser, I think I called him.
While he's getting to work, Killian does want to ask Sorden. So how did you find the bodies, like entirely?
Yeah, your blood. Remember, you gave me your blood.
So we had the same blood, like both bodies.
You did.
That's weird. And there's no items or anything on the bodies, just the corpses.
The DM is unsure.
Jordan says, "Ask me about that Saturday
Ask me about that later.
when I've had time to process that."
He just blurts out white noise that makes no sense now, but later it's like, oh, that's what he said.
Kingdom
I
Hearts
guess.
2
I
when you can't
remember.
say picture.
We were talking about that before you were undeafened in this call.
We brought up that exact one. Yeah.
They stole our.
Not even just our, but the word too. All right.
I'm thinking. Give me a second.
Okay.
He is cooking.
Let him cook.
Let him cook. If there are any blueprints and shit on tables, I'm definitely stealing looks at those.
Yeah.
I don't remember them.
Yep. Go ahead and make a insight check to see how well you can remember them. Wow.
10.
They're
I got
pretty
keen mind.
complicated, but you're pretty good. You have a keen. Oh, fuck you, keen mind. But you have a keen mind.
I know what time it is at all given moments of the day.
Yeah.
I know where north is.
I know where it is.
Bing bong.
As we sit in the middle of like an underground room for hours, he's like, "Is that way?" Just pointing at a random wall. We have no way of proving him wrong. It's like, I guess, sure.
Bing bong. It is 9
Um,
o'clock.
No, we didn't find anything on the bodies of any importance besides the clothing that they were wearing on them and a few normal adventurer gear, tools, and such.
All right.
During this time, Far is wandering around again, going through any doors. He has no, he's not shy about it. He is just, well,
Well,
Trying
while I'm
to
here,
find
when
Where are
I
the
go to
trees?
people's houses, I just open up closets because I'm curious what's in the closet.
oh yeah, I love
I like
that.
to imagine.
You're that guy.
Listen, when I
imagine
go to
this
this
far
house,
as-
I want to see what they've got. I want to see what they've got. I just go and open doors. I want to know what you've got.
I kind of like to imagine this is also a bit of Far's like desire to leave. Like,
I just like, how do I get out?
He's just trying to leave.
Is this also underground?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So he hates all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I get out? How do I get out? How do I get out?
As you're opening up, you see every now and then some people don't acknowledge you. You just find different rooms with different people working on different types of artifice. Some look like weaponry. Some look like tools. Some look to be doing active tests on individuals, drawing blood and doing all those sorts of experiments that way. Some people come up to you and like, "Oh, are you curious about?" And you just are just. And they're like, and try and explain things. One person thinks you're listening while you're absolutely not. You're just opening things up. And you return to the group as that person like returns. He's like, what a good listener, I bet. Oh, God. And completely no escape is all you got out of this. This is not a place you would like to start a conflict at the moment. As much
love
as
the
it's like
trend
cool
of-
items around, it's like, this is
Or
designed to
conversation.
trap strangers.
How many buckets are there? Do I have enough buckets to place on enough heads that I could then Skyrim steal everything?
There's plenty of buckets. I don't know if you will have any luck placing them on people's heads, but there's buckets.
Yes, Abel and his self.
They definitely need
I
buckets.
just-
Great idea.
This is not the character for that.
Well,
Both,
Felix.
both stat wise and moral wise.
What's Mahua doing all this? What's he doing, Hunter?
He was just waiting for y'all. He was doing his thing until we had to teleport out.
Fair, but what's he doing now? During all this?
I don't even fucking know, man.
Okay, that's fair. I thought I'd ask since we're going to every
Mahua is
character.
not in a good place right now.
I don't think any of us are. I'm just curious, Just
At
wondering.
least you're not racist towards the rest of the party anymore, you know? Yay!
What a way to
Just
fix your
one-
racism.
Yeah, you
know,
are
Losing my
surrounded by
identity and
Valorans.
everything I once cherished really puts things in perspective about what matters in this world.
He's been through a lot, and he's
Every-
seen some stuff.
everyone's like having this identity crisis, but then Lucius is like put in a Toys R Us and is like, "Go nuts, kid!" And he's like, "All right, I don't have to worry about myself." And everyone else is just like, "I don't even know who I am anymore." And Lucius is like,
Hey, Far's he's a man on a mission currently.
"Yeah, Far once gone."
He's gonna find the
So-
wardrobe to Narnia.
After about an hour, the artificer has some of his colleagues come over, and to your Steel Defender's chest plate, they go in, like, bring a amber-looking stone, and as they go up to the chest plate, it just sort of, like, magnetically sticks up to it, and they're like, all right, we're gonna try this. And we're getting permission from you to try and separate the soul from your Steel Defender. Right? All right, verbally he acknowledged as you
That
see
wasn't verbal.
there are there is
Verbal.
a recording device as well. You see a black box inside here as they are doing all their notes and everything. And he just like thumbs up indicating affirmative to move forward with the experiment.
I am not legally bound to the thumbs up.
Yes, you are.
It is not legally binding.
What's legality when you're a spy organization, baby?
So as they as it's hooked up there, they end up putting a charge of electricity through it, and also some of their glowstone dust gets pushed through as well. And in that moment, you see the gemstone cracks, and then they give a look like, uh-oh. And then the thing shatters, and they're like, oof.
What does that mean? I get the impression that's not how that was supposed to go.
Definitely not. Ever observant. Do you want to ask your Steel Defender anything to see if how they're feeling?
Are you getting a sense that they're not feeling well by the gem just shattering?
Could you just ask?
I could.
What is with his word games with you every time? We're trying to help you out here, and then what is this guy? You see him start looking around, just like, what is? It's just like Fozol. I swear to God, there's always a type, and here's a Fozol if I ever saw one. Anyway, for science.
Okay. Hey, Owl. How do you feel?
Master, it would be great if you gave me a name, but I understand the difficulty in such a task. I feel great.
Damn.
I think you just have
Yeah,
a buddy now, Lucius.
That thing just creeps me
you
out,
go.
man. I don't want it talking.
All right. It's still there. The soul is still present. It's very good. We are going to try another experiment, and you see they go and they get a blue sapphire this time and put it on top, and they're like, okay. Experiment number 2. We are using the blue sapphire this time, and Hadrian, we will need a confirmation for separating the soul from your Steel Defender.
Hadrian!
I didn't
He's
mean
back!
that. You're fucking,
He's back!
no,
He's back.
no. Don't test me.
Really
Don't
happened.
fucking test me. Don't.
And then Pargem shows up because you tested him. We all die.
Lucius, you bird boy fuck. He is indicated with a thumbs up again. Could we verbally this time get you to affirm this?
Affirmed.
There we are. Okay. This time as the electricity goes through, the gem is glowing, and you see the Steel Defender itself from its like rigid upright position relax a little.
Mr. Defender, is anybody home? No. Nothing.
Okie doke. They get up and they're like, all right, now it comes off and they're like, it was removed with ease, and we will return this to you. It is your responsibility. And they put a blue sapphire in your hand.
I'll just pocket it.
Anybody else need anything?
I mean, what do you guys got?
I mean, it's not a... If you need equipment, per se, you could go to one of our armories to get equipped with. We're more with... If you needed help with artifice or engineering problems, that's what we do.
Okay. I just didn't know if you guys had something you wanted to show off for whatever reason.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Very kind. Yeah, no, we're not there yet. We do have showcases. They happen once a month, and it's updates and progress and such. And, you know, if you ever swing by sometime, I would be delighted to show you all the cool things that are here. They're members, right? And you see Sword and shake his head. Well, you probably can't see them then. Sorry about that. I just assumed if you were here, you've taken the steps, but I guess not. You see Sword continues to shake his head, just like, well, why are we? Just like from the top. He's like, oh, all right. This is fascinating. Fascinating.
Reed, can I pitch you something? Possibly.
I'm gonna stand up, and you can pitch me something.
No, it's something I've been meaning to DM you, but I wanted to wait until we had a session. It's just that since we lost like our main spell class through the cleric, I was wondering if it was possible.
Oh, well.
No, hey,
Come on, dude.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How could you diss far like that? Holy hell,
Why
Adam.
is he carrying this campaign on his back?
That's it.
For
Far
33
He just lost
years.
his spellcasters.
No disrespect. I should have said main healer. That's more what I meant. It's that.
Whoa.
Hey, you get good berry, man. That doesn't make you the main healer.
That's it. Podcast mass healing word right now.
I know,
Get
this
to
is
the
kind of
point, Adam.
ridiculous, given what I've already experienced with the druid in the other campaign, and in this campaign, so starting
I
on
would like
icy
to-
thin waters here, okay?
No, it's just since we're down one spellcaster, I was wondering, since I have spell storing item now, if there was some way I could like. I was originally gonna pitch it like working with the Valkyries, but I guess they're fucking gone now. But
I mean,
to
you guys can
take
always just tell the
spells-
Grey Hand to fuck off, don't
I mean,
don't
yeah,
at me.
but
But they're cool. I like them.
Cool.
but
You could always,
We're kinda-
though, you know, choose a faction, fuckos. Like,
yeah.
I just gave you two
But-
options. Pick a
But I've
point.
always wondered if it would be possible if I had like time or like somebody to work with to take spells that weren't on the artificer list and fuse them into items. Like I know the one John always talks about is having counterspell since nobody has it in their spell list in this party.
You
Like
can
something like
you're
that.
really
Yeah, Raid's
not
not
selling
allowed
that's
on
just
that
an
one.
example.
You're-
That's
You
an example.
are
That's an
are
example.
doing a horrific job at trying to
Hey.
sell me on this. Wow. You
Yeah, this
couldn't
is
have
real
picked a
shitty.
worse
Same.
spell to try and pitch first.
It's the one he's always
We lost our
like, bugging me,
cleric.
The
We get
pitch
counter.
I was making was that would be a cool item to make eventually, but the one with this one was message, not counterspell.
you definitely have been bugging me about counterspell.
Yeah,
for
I have
6
because
months.
that's the idea of if you're good at pitching and you're not. So that's what I've learned. is you're
Because I
shitty
wasn't
at
ex-
that stuff.
I didn't have time to prepare pitches. Like this is a really
Well,
convenient
that's why you
time.
don't launch into the big one immediately.
You
Do
know,
the small one.
I can't wait
I'm
to
just
see you and your
pointing the door,
girlfriend
and they're like,
someday.
well-
Because okay,
I'm just gonna point out, spell storing item can
It's only one or
do
two.
for one or two first or second level spells.
and
That's
counterspell's
fine.
3. So
Yeah.
I'm saying 1 or 2 basically. If I could take spells outside the artificer list with help.
I don't
basically.
know the depths of the potential problems that can create, is what I'm worried about.
I will point it out like this: it's only first or second level, and you could probably justify it by saying it would have to use another spellcaster's spell slot in order to, like, store a ring of spell storing.
It's
But I
also,
I
it's
will
also-
warn you, Reed. Whoever uses the item concentrates on the spell, so you can
Yeah.
have technically multiple people concentrating on different spells when they're not spellcaster classes.
And I will also say, according to spell storing item, it has to be something that takes an action to cast and not like a reaction. So that also limits even further.
Okay.
So you can't
But
use like shield or something.
Why has Wizards of the Coast not allowed that for the Artifice class typically? That's what I'm worried about. Is there some synergy that Luke would make me cry about? That's what I'm more worried about.
I think
Probably
the
it would
answer to
probably
that
be
is
like
always yes. But
it would
The answer's
probably
always
be like giving the barbarian something to cast haste on itself for, so then it can be hasted while the spellcaster is concentrating on other spells.
But haste is a 3rd level, so you couldn't even.
And then I
Yeah, I
take
couldn't
my
do that.
17th attack with my
I-
Gloomstalker
I
class.
infuse power word kill into this item I could give to anyone. You know, here you go.
Yeah, it's no.
Contemplate that while
I am hesitant to allow it outside the class. I don't think it's a big deal, and it's only one spell that's going to go into an item. But then if I say yes, you're going to be like, all right, so here's 14 items, and I have 47 spells.
No,
and
it'd
now
only be
I'm Batman with my utility belt full
Gatling
of
gun.
spells.
Yeah, like
I already am Batman with my utility belt now.
So it's just like I don't know how much I want to factor in now with encounters.
I was
all
just
that
pitching
extra.
it to you
It is
now
good.
because
I mean, you're down a player. I mean, that's fair. So that's fair. Yes, love. I love you.
I can just send you the screenshot of the actual description for spell storing item, just to make it easy.
Do you have a spell storing item, or is this part of your class feature?
It's a class feature. That's the name of the feature.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
and currently I am using it with Mahua, where I gave him Vortex Warp, which was just it is in the Artificer list, but it's just not in D&D Beyond for some reason.
So I'm kind of confused though. Like, you just want more? Like, you have even exhausted all the Artificer lift stuff before you're asking for more?
No, just have
The
like
list
more
is still
options.
support
That have
oriented.
yeah, and it's just like having like a really nice healing spell in there would be nice because to be fair,
I want to fucking give you healing spells.
that's true.
Again,
just that-
you're real shit at pitching, my man.
I mean, why don't you
I
guys
wasn't
just...
expecting to pitch this. It's just like,
You
okay,
have
it really
your
makes
druid.
sense to pitch
He's
this
got
now.
all of his healing. You guys could buy potions
Yeah.
by getting money.
What-
We're gonna get there, Juan! We're gonna get there! You fuckers had 50,000 to start the campaign and pissed it away. We're getting there. You were on easy street to start, and you just let. You could have beat up your druid friend. You could have got some. You could have debated. You
could
just
have
let him do
tried.
whatever he wanted. It
you
was
put that-
5v1. What's he gonna do?
I was dead.
He
4v1.
never even got his hands on the money. He said, "Send it to my family,"
Yeah,
and then we
that's
whisked
true.
away
That
his
was-
family.
No one even tried. Nobody even tried to talk Rasmus out of it or go behind scenes and be like,
He was
"Hey,
deranged. He was just like running
There
around
was
with
a
that fucking horrible
cavalry around us at that moment.
fault.
Reed, what do you
not,
expect?
not my fault you didn't even try and sit here complaining about money. None of you have made it a priority.
Hey,
This is
I
not my
had money.
fucking problem. This
I
is
had
your
money
problem.
and you had some
All right?
idiot in a hack
to stop
dungeon
the end
rob
of
all
the
my
I'm
world.
tired
money.
of this.
Yeah, somebody
I'm
was trying
not
to end the
shouldering
world.
this shit anymore. This is on you guys for being broke ass bitches. As Tom Segura, as he would say, the pores. As he's like, you know how
Have you
the pores
considered
are.
not being poor? That is the solution.
Yeah, let me do what every financial YouTuber out there and money guru. Have you tried just not thinking poor thoughts?
But like, I had 2,000 to start, and I have 0 now because you're just like in
Stop
the hack dungeon,
buying
you
your
don't get
goddamn
any money.
avocado toast and
Yeah.
you'll be
Yeah.
able to
Pull
afford
yourself up by
it.
your bootstraps. Give in to incredibly fascist ideas and just eat your neighbors, and you'll be fine. Just exploit the weak, and
It'll be
everything will
great.
be fine. My God, it's a simple system. Capitalism's the best.
This-
There's no
this
denying
kind
it. Is there? I mean, it's not like other systems have existed for hundreds of thousands of years prior to capitalism that's only 300 years old. It's the only thing that worked. Something was better, we'd use it.
This conversation really like
It
That was-
went a bad. It went a direction.
Great debate.
Abel is going to go to the armory.
I don't think the armor is here.
It's not here.
No, it's
Yeah, that's
yeah.
somewhere else. That's why I asked, but we're fine. We can wait.
I was gonna turn to Sword and be like very blatantly, "Can we leave now?"
No, absolutely.
But they still have cool artifice shit.
All right, let's go.
No.
No,
No,
we're-
no.
Um,
Are the parent of the party? It just says nope.
I will
We're going home now.
tentatively grant you it, and if I get pissed off so quickly from you, that's gone.
I will run by the spells I use for spell storing item with you beforehand, and you could just say on a spell by spell basis, okay.
Okay, we'll start.
No.
It should be fine. It really should be, but just we're just getting back into your campaign, and all of a sudden it's like, oh God.
It was a convenient point, and I was like, okay.
I think it should be easily fine. I don't think it's a big deal at all. But I've done this before. Some offhand comment where someone's just like, hey, can we just do this? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then I'm mid BBEG encounter, and all of a sudden I'm like, I did say that, didn't I? And they're like, you did say that, Reed. I'm like,
When
Uh-huh.
Caspian showed up in the fucking Arcade fight,
So-
basically.
this is just a cutscene now. Cool.
Yes.
Anyway.
I shouldn't have allowed that.
So we took care of you guys. Bar had you guys teleport out of there, so you're back to the main teleporter room. What else did he promise you guys?
Magic
Well,
items
to help
Anything we needed.
Anything we needed from the top, from up top, anything they need.
10
I believe
billion gold pieces.
He promised,
He said
us
specifically.
reinforced bootstraps to make it easier to
Pull ourselves up by the boots.
Yeah. It's amazing
No,
how
but
that
he-
works when all of a sudden you have like a wealthy family or friend to help you pull yourself up your
My
bootstraps.
favorite thing about that saying, by the way, is that like pull yourself up by your bootstraps was supposed to be like anti-capitalist because it's supposed to be fucking impossible to do such a thing,
Mm.
like physically speaking.
Hell
That
yeah.
tracks.
I'm gonna rant.
That tracks.
No,
pretty
but
quick.
Salem did said he had. I don't know if what else other than artifice, but there was stuff to deal with the generals.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
madness.
I assume
Anti-magic
that's where we were gonna look at
And
that
Abel
stuff.
did just ask about the armor.
Yep, so we're gonna go there.
Anti-mage items.
We're gonna go to the armory where you guys find it is like a cage rather of equipment from where you would check out video equipment or sports equipment, and there is 2 Greyhound there that are armored and not like plate armor, but in their like fine chainmail, something that's still flexible but again defensive. And as you guys show up with Sordin, you see them greet you, and they're like, is this the group Salem told us about? And Sordin just nods. And they're like, all right, we are going to equip you guys with some of our best technologies to help disable this individual. You are also going to be traveling with a group of Greyhand, and they're going to help you as well on this venture to isolate and take out one of these individuals. As all of a sudden a teleport comes in and Salem shows up, and you see Salem going, oh good, you're all here. So things are pretty well in order. We have some pretty great plans laid here that we'll get into more detail after this field exercise. All right, let's build our trust together. I'm going to travel with you and a group of us, and we're going to go take on one of these as they are now splitting off at this point. One seems to be staying inside Dustlight, while the other 2 are traveling to different locations. From what information my spies have gotten so far, the other 2 seem to be in search of something. Some sort of conduit maybe that they're used to in your world that's not potentially present here. Regardless, that doesn't really matter. We're going to get you guys equipped, and we're going to try to defeat one of these because what we need for this to work the way we're hoping it to is we need the essence of one of these creatures that has come through. So we're going to work to capture one of these black-scaled armored individuals after we defeat them, neutralize them. Cool.
What kind
All
of
right.
essence? Like a soul? We have a soul of somebody who came through.
We do.
Oh,
We do.
interesting.
Yeah.
I will hold up the sapphire.
Okay. He's holding it up. One second. As he turns and leaves with the stone.
Uh-oh.
You see what's his sword and just like, just had to make it longer. I'm gonna sit down.
No takesies backsies. By the way, that's his stone now.
Yeah.
Seal
he's-
returns. No, this is not quite what we need. This is a soul from your world, but it doesn't have the conduit we need to take us all there. So it's more of a weaker end.
What is the
connection.
conduit you need? What are we looking for out of these guys?
You want to volunteer?
Their essence. It's a very like. I mean, soul is a way of thinking about it, but we have different aspects of our existence, and their aspects connect to the other world in a way that's so strong that it can pull us there.
But ours don't?
Here's the thing. It'd kill you. For good.
Okay. I mean, I'm just checking because I want to try to understand what the hell is just happening in general.
Certainly. Yeah, but I'm trying to avoid the self-sacrifice here.
Yeah,
Abel
man.
just-
You see Abel just trapped enraged right now.
But who would just kind of like slightly shoulders in front of Abel.
Yeah, everyone's just like,
Abel just
Almost
actually
holding the
reacts
paladin
negatively,
back.
and he almost reacts like sheepishly, like almost like. Been told I have a problem about that.
Yeah.
I'm told that's an issue.
Harold has entrusted you with a mission. We kind of need to keep you all alive. Why I wasn't really
That's-
offering.
Yeah, that's fair.
So they're dead for good, like 100%.
Why you gotta say it like that? I mean,
So no.
I mean, I typically, I mean, no one's ever come back, but I don't know. How
All right.
would I know that? It's just
How are you guys like even checking if they're dead?
for this process.
Poke him with a stick.
For referring to the
tests
Herald.
are
Are you dead?
artifice, and I'll even say it's honestly we've never actually had this opportunity, so this is a bit theoretical. So I will give you that.
All right, who's up with theoretically killing Zion for good? Show of hands.
Well, we got 3 chances.
We got 3 chances to get back.
Great.
Sure.
Okay. Cool.
Let's kill the Malorn General. Why not?
Okay. So, I will show them to their equipment. Thank you guys so much, and they're both just nodding. You guys come in the back.
Do you need a rundown on what these guys are capable of, or do you already know?
I would definitely enjoy a full report. More information is how we work, but we'll get to that in just a moment. First, let me give you your gear. First off, there are these beads. So we have an arsenal here. There is 5 each of you will be equipped with. 2 of them are healing beads. So this smaller one here you can throw, and anybody within 5 feet of your throw will be healed from the stored spell, basically, in it. Which, fuck you, by the way, for stealing my thunder. This is campaign 1, so...
It's a class ability. I don't know what you want from me.
Whatever. But yeah, this will heal for 1 point, and then this will heal for 10 points. This is something that is extremely helpful, and maybe you'll recognize from your world. It is a fireball bead. You throw this, and a fireball will happen. It's very good.
We've seen
I
those.
have intensely experienced those recently.
Yeah, I wonder why.
This is a flashbang. And the last one here is a how do I put it? Like a force shove, a telekinetic shove of 10 feet. So this could be helpful for moving objects, for moving enemies, and for moving your teammates. There is many different applications to all these. All of you will get 1 of these. So that's 25 distributed throughout the group of these, but you get 2 of each variety. There's 5 kinds. So
Are those the same as my flashbangs or different? Should I just add them to the ones I already have? Like
I'll say they're the same. Yeah, Adam.
Right.
All right, so we got 2 flashbang, 2 of each. We got all right. I'm just gonna add these all as custom items.
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
Wait, sorry. How many? We all get 2 of each, or
Yes.
okay.
Flashbang.
Somebody
I'll add-
write down a list of what one person gets, and then just post that in the
Yeah.
Discord to make it easy.
Yeah.
10 HP, 1 HP, fireball, flashbang, 10-foot shove. Next, I am outfitting all of you with anti-magic collars. You need to be able to lock this around your enemy's neck, leg, wrist. We were able to develop it further. So as long as it's on a limb connected to their body, it can function. So make sure not to remove such limb because they will regain their magical abilities.
I'm gonna just add fireball. Dude.
Yeah. Custom item.
You know, I'm just gonna add the rest of these later.
You can have 1 anti-magic net. and you can toss this to pin individuals down. It has functions of dunamancy that will keep them grounded for a duration of about 30 seconds.
I'm assuming the fireball bead just works like the fireball necklace, just as one
Yep.
charge.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Just making sure because that makes it easier on my end, just to equip
Yeah.
that and have one charge left.
Oh, that's what I should do. That's just smart.
Um,
Who should we give the net to? What's the?
I think I should take. How many necklaces? Is everyone getting an anti-magic collar
No, the-
or?
One
yes,
for the group.
Yes, but there's
Oh,
only
okay.
one net.
one net.
Okay.
And you're only getting
I see
one
it.
set of flares. And you see, as he gives you guys the flares, each colors mean different things. Red is obviously distress. Yellow is a warning. Green is everything's clear. Purple is evac. And if we want to get into more shit, I'll get into more shit. Those are probably the ones that you need.
Is everyone cool with me taking the flares?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that makes some. You and Far, I think, should have the flares.
There's only
As
one
our,
set of
like,
them, though. So you,
non-fun-
Drew, do you want them?
I think Far should have that because Far can get away
Yeah.
with a flare.
You can take the flares, and I'll keep the comm device, which I will add.
you guys
Black box.
have one black box in your group inventory.
Yeah, I got that.
So I'm putting in the description of the flares. Red was distressed.
Yes.
What was the rest? Sorry.
Yellow
Good.
was warning. Green was all good. Purple is evacuation.
Yep. And there's more colors for more stuff if we really need to get into that. So you can ask me at the time, like, hey, is there a flare for this? And I'll go yay or nay, or like it could be interpreted that way, so might as well. Or you could get creative as well, too, being like, well, I know this will make them do this, so then if I do that, this could be the result.
Creative play is really cool.
Alright. We're just calling them the shove bead.
I call the telekinetic bead, but as long as you know what it does, yeah.
Gotcha. The 1 HP bead is nice.
That's for picking people up.
Yeah. Very specific purpose.
That is why it exists.
We have 2 available for your group. These are stun spears. So they work like the, have you ever had the lightning javelins before?
Yes.
What the heck?
You
Yes.
can use this and it will stun a target.
We get 2 of those.
You do.
Mahua, you
Ooh.
were good with the lightning javelins.
And then
Yeah.
I have 5 vials of paralysis.
I
Holy
should not have any
shit.
vials of poison ever again. That did not go according to plan.
I think the frontliners should get the vials of poison.
I'll take a vial of poison.
they are paralysis.
Paralysis,
Not
not
yeah.
poison. Paralysis.
Paralysis.
So it's
I down one.
3 paralysis things, yes?
5 vials
5.
of paralysis.
5 vials, okay.
You could each just
Guys
take
want
one.
all this equipment. No one even gives a shit. No one's tracking. Nobody's like, what'd you say? What's that? I don't know.
We're keeping track.
I'm adding it to my inventory as it shows
I've
up.
added everything to my inventory.
I think I'm going to stop giving you guys stuff now. I think I'm good. I
That's
think I
good
did enough. And Salem and his group begin suiting up and getting stuff ready. You see Salem looking at your group going like, and maybe things go well, I'll be able to share even more of our technologies with all of you.
It's worth mentioning, at least with Zion, our friend who's back visiting her family. She was around when he was doing all sorts of crazy shit that the rest of us didn't get to see. So it might be worth asking her.
Okay. I'll get somebody to go interview with her. So you guys want to tell me more about him now. Let's leave this area and let's go to a briefing area so we can get ready for the mission.
I will be right back.
Okay. What was it, 8:35? I guess we could take our break. Go take our break.
All right, break
Alright,
time.
Breaky break.
No. Oh, do I not even have it set up? Should be this one. I moved it.
like Mirror World.
I do, but that's now you're talking about mirror world interactions on top of normal world interactions, and then also just
That's
a tiny
true.
space. So that now I got two sets of rules going.
That's true. That's true. That would make it
My
really.
mirror world rules are already so long.
Yeah, but like it'd be so cool because we're obviously never gonna go to Mirror World again, right? So we want to
I mean,
have fun with that.
There's no reason you have to. You guys can do whatever you want. Okay. You can go.
Can I go?
There's a whole
if we
Astral
make it,
Sea arc you guys are just dodging. I could see that for the next eternity. It doesn't-
Oh, only if one person just like didn't believe it existed despite needing to go there for like half the campaign. You know?
The most
I
people doesn't believe
believed
it
it
exists.
existed.
believed it existed like
I've
a
always
third of the way in. It took like
Yeah.
9
Okay,
sessions.
I always
okay.
believed it existed.
He just didn't believe
He didn't
that
take a
guy
coffee
would
to
take
bring you there.
I didn't believe people could take me there.
Now,
So
now
easy.
read.
Yeah, the
What
old
if
sacred Jedi texts were a little mistranslated.
What if we get back to Xenia and we spend the rest of the campaign doing Roller Coaster Tycoon,
I mean,
making like Xenia's first roller coaster?
I could
can't
do that.
stop you.
I have the artifice for that.
Oh no!
I can.
It's
Anyway,
like
Roller coaster
all right.
of madness.
we're back inside the room. You guys have been it's been probably like hours in between it. You guys have been setting up, getting settled, and everything going in, and it would seem that they have a 50-50 shot at which one you're going to run into, whether it's Rio or Zion. And they want to try and get your guys' idea on which one you think is which. And then they're going to go to that location, ambush the individual, and try and steal their essence. So, the two places they are right now, one is at Rumble, and
Go to
one
Rumble.
is at a Titan ruin.
Oof!
You're hurting me, Reed.
Yeah,
I really like
that's-
Rumble. Rumble's really cool, but the Titan Ruin will have cool lore.
The Titan Ruin sounds so cool. Okay, so
Where do we think Zion would be?
I would think Zion would be in Rumble, because if the only other demon is in Rumble, we might want to go say hi.
That's a good point.
'Cause, I mean, if you're like the last of your kind, I mean, I don't know if there's like any ill will there, but probably at least want to go see him. Maybe. But also could just be Rio fucking around. I mean, I really...
Yeah, the problem is Rio's like has all this elemental magic, and Rumble is the place of elemental people. I don't know. There's a kind of a motif matchup there.
You have how are they tracking? They are just like tracking via like I almost said fucking satellite. Like they definitely don't have that. But like they don't have like information from those locations. It's
Nope, we
literally
gotta
just, like,
we gotta make a choice, Adam. We gotta
It's
make a
just a
choice.
choice?
That's the game. That's the
In
game
the
here.
game, and lore-wise, it was based on their signatures. They're giving off like a wavelength that allows them to know who the person is. Or that they're not from this place, rather. That not specifically.
Okay.
That's what I meant
So
to say.
so the wavelengths are the same between the two. It's not like
Yes.
It's like these two aren't supposed to be here. We just don't know which one is which, but we know they're not supposed to be here, so it's
All right.
one of them.
So there's no check we can make to like mess with the
No,
signal.
that's the point. Adam,
Okay.
we are supposed
I
to
also-
make a choice.
Rumble.
That is the point.
I also think, frankly,
Who wants
Rio
to
is
have
more
fun,
capable.
not us. Not us.
Fuck.
Why not? Why
Just
not?
sitting here just
Why
like,
not just
oh,
every
why-
roll?
Hey,
Why have fun when I can have him tell me the answer to all my problems?
fine. I
Um,
vote Rumble because
Yeah.
Rumble
I
is
think-
very cool and we have not been there. Whereas
think-
Don Call, technically, we have been.
I haven't been to a Titan Ruin. What the hell are you on?
That's true, but it's still technically
I
in
think
Don Call.
a Titan Ruin is going to be more dangerous, and I think Rio, being probably the more powerful of the two, would go to the Titan Ruin, and Zion would go to Rumble.
He hungers for the souls of her victims.
Please go lay down.
Father,
Please.
I crave violence.
I crave more bloodshed.
Blood for the
Taking
blood of God.
Skulls for the Skull Throne!
Athena, please. Go lay down, honey.
No playing D&D. Only play.
Okay, here's a
just
simple
crying.
way.
Well, she's not even crying loudly. It's these sad little whimpers begging me to throw that ball, which we've been throwing for the past, what time is it, 8 o'clock? We're over 12 hours now. We're over 12 hours. And now, has it been consistently the whole 12 hours? No.
Gentlemen,
has it been
heads
for at least like 2 hours collectively over the past 12 hours? Yeah. But she's now not tired anymore.
Heads is Rumble, tails is Titan Rune.
It was definitely Rumble.
Tails. So
I forgot what you find.
the coin has said Titan Rune.
All right, we don't listen to the coin, and we go to Rumble.
Okay.
I think Rumble.
Please, honey.
All right, there's an odd number of us, so if we just hold it to a vote, we're gonna have to get a decision.
Who votes for the Titan Ruin? Killian? Anybody else? Far Mahua? Either
He summons the Echo, and the Echo also raises his hand. It's a second.
Evens it out, baby.
So Lucius has already made his preference for Rumble known. Far and Mahua, do you also prefer Rumble?
I mean, your logic about Rumble makes more sense. If he's the one,
I'm planning on going to Rumble anyways.
if he's the lesser of the two fighters, he'll probably be sent to try and make an ally, whereas the other one goes into the dangerous
I agree.
type ruin.
Let's ignore the way I justified it, but sure, fine, whatever.
How did you justify it?
I justified it off of Zion and Valcone being like two demons, and they're supposed to be the last of their kind, and I want to say hi.
I don't think that's I don't know if that's much of a thing.
I don't know. I mean, you might just be like other demons.
The thing is, we voted, and we're going to Rumble.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're going to Rumble. Fine.
All right, sounds good. All right.
If
follow me
Rio's
and we'll
there,
go.
I apologize.
You guys teleport towards Rumble. I need to change the music.
Let's go.
All right.
After
Big Girl
what?
comes on.
What session are we on? After
Wait,
34
teleported
sessions.
right away, or could we take a long rest so some of us could prepare spells? Hypothetically, like I don't know if there's like a.
He's gonna go away. So too bad. You guys had your time. I gave you so much fucking time. Actually, I hate you all. Anything else you guys want to do? I'm good at the moment.
I don't like.
Oh, this is.
Music.
Oh
My
boy.
skip sandwich is
Okay.
gone.
Anyway.
All right, so we're going to Rumble. As you all teleport to Rumble through a teleporter pad, you come out of what appears to be a cave-like area, and you guys begin making your way towards the castle of Rumble itself. There are 4 other agents with Grey Hand agents with Salem, one of which is also Sordin. He has a device, an artifice device on him that is helping him track down the creature. It's like it works again with like the magnetic fields, and it's kind of like a compass type effect that Salem's using in his hands right now. He's gonna look to your group and go like, "Oh, this should help," and cast Pass Without Trace on everybody as you guys are going to try and sneak your way into Rumble. Everybody, give me a stealth check.
Come on.
I love no longer having disadvantage. Let's go.
I still have disadvantage.
29.
19.
Oh my god. I rolled a 19 and an 18. That's going to be 26.
I rolled a 4 for a 19.
18.
Jesus, guys, fucking get it together.
Get it together, Bahua. Jesus.
What was everybody else?
19.
No, I heard
26.
3 times. You're good though.
29.
Okay. Far and Able Fish Boy.
26.
Okay.
18.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right. As you guys approach, you can see there's actually currently on the back gates of Rumble, you can see there is a handful of bodies as you are leading up toward the back ramparts, and you can see there is a hole in the back wall, and there is a bunch of Earth Ganassi out there currently engaging with an individual in black armor. As you guys settle in, you guys begin to overhear.
Please be this Ion voice. Please be this Ion voice. the tension right now, because if that's real,
We are. If that's real, we're taking a vacation in Rumble and
Shut up.
this.
This is pointless. Lay down your weapons and let me see your leader. We have a lot to discuss, and I'm offering a proposition, alright?
We don't take kindly to people that murder our people. How about you turn around and leave?
All I'm
It's
saying
just
is
a
I
show of strength. Isn't that what you people enjoy? Part of the experience? Out of my way.
And you see another one drop, and then as another one rushes toward him, he just puts his claws right through and just splits one in half over to the side. As another one still, with their halberd, just sort of trying to stop him from going through the entrance. And Salem looks at your group. He's like, "Now would probably be the time, if any. We are entering a skill challenge."
Let's go.
You know I like a skill challenge.
As a group is slowly approaching and getting into position, I want you guys to start describing to me how you would like to try and attack and neutralize Zion Scorn.
I would
Call him?
definitely
That's
like.
his name, right?
Yeah. I would definitely like to use the blinders if he's not too far away to blind him, so he's stunned essentially. The flashbangs.
Sure. You got to get it in front of him so he can see it. You can't place it in front of him. So how are you going to? Are you just going to throw it? Are you going to use some
How
way?
far is he from us?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
what-
that like you guys are approaching a situation so you're all 45 feet out from him, surrounding him at this moment before you can all now you all are able to take your moves as you're 45 feet radius away from him on all sides as everybody's setting up for this.
I could do one better, Adam, if you need me to.
How about you pitch it, and then depending.
Well, okay. Do you guys want me to try to blind him or try to magic collar him? Because I was gonna do one of the two.
I was gonna say we blind him and then try the magic collar. Because if he's blinded, it should be easier to throw the magic collar on.
Because what I was gonna do is I can just summon the Echo, pull the pill on the flashbang, detonate it from the Echo's position, just right in front of his face.
Okay, that's way better. That's way better.
We also gotta worry about blinding the people he's attacking. And
Well, there's
if
one
he doesn't get
dude.
blinded,
It's one guy. If he gets blinded, I mean, if we subdue Zion, it's not gonna matter. He'll be fine.
Fuck
I'm
the normal dude.
I'm the hardiest of us right now. Do you want me to be the one to try and collar him because I can get physical with him?
Yeah,
he's
works for
also
me.
the less
Alright.
dexterous. I don't know, trying to get it around his
Well,
neck.
once he gets
is something to think
flashbangs, he's
about.
gonna know something's up. I'm not
Yeah.
planning on stealthing over more so than Misty stepping in and then hitting him with the collar.
I could try to bane him when you pull the pin.
That would be good. That would be a good idea.
I mean, he'll probably make the save though, but yeah.
And DM,
What's a save?
I would like to specifically, if I'm going for this flashbang idea of putting the Echo right in front of him, if I could make it a performance check of summoning the Echo with a middle finger raised right in his face, just immediately make him just like, hey, dipshit, and then detonates.
Okay. Yeah, granted, sure.
Yeah, I was gonna try to make
What
that
an
like a
easier
performance.
pitch. That's how you make a pitch. Yeah, all right.
Can I use?
Take notes, Adam. Take notes.
I want to
So,
use Flash of Genius on the
Reed, your
pin.
mother's a whore. Why are we starting this way? What does that have to do with anything? I want counter spells.
God.
You took a bunch of public speaking classes. I remember you saying that. Did you not take public speaking classes?
Yeah.
I think it's John who took the public speaking
Yeah.
class.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I thought Adam mentioned.
Okay. Well, Adam's a communications major, or was, but
It's trash.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody I worked with was
One of my
communications
majors.
majors, and they were awful human beings.
Adam, you're an awful person for being a communications
No,
major.
not necessarily. Some of them were okay. Very few, though. Any of them in positions of power were very, very bad communicators, and even worse managers, and even worse people.
All right, so I'm going to put that guy in front of this guy and blind him, like,
Okay,
within
that's-
seconds.
Okay.
So that's the goal.
Okay.
And I was going to try to make a performance check to immediately like, catch him off guard and take his attention of, oh, shit, and then a flashbang goes off.
Okay.
Abel moves 15 feet closer and has Misty Step prepped for when it's time to teleport in and collar him.
Okay.
Yeah. I have Bane prepared.
Okay. Last two.
Can I attempt to silently, because he's facing away from us,
Yep.
try to get the attention, at like, well, for like as we're going into this, I'm gonna pull out my my face and my arms,
Yep.
and if it looks like there's somebody he's specifically speaking to, I'm gonna look at him, and with my astral visage, I'm gonna look at him. Let's see. Oh, never mind. It's only 60 feet away from me, so I can't do that.
He's 45 feet.
He's 45 feet.
Yeah,
We're
we're
within
within 45
No, the
feet.
person he's talking to.
He's right there.
Well, he's
Wouldn't it
45. The other guy.
Within 15 feet of
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Oh,
He would still
if he's
be.
not-
Yeah.
Okay.
Still 60 feet.
I'll look at
Especially- You already
him-
said you were moving in closer too, so. it's
yeah.
still
I
fine,
mean, I
yeah.
can move 50 feet around as well, so I could start moving closer.
Monk
I'm just
speed.
gonna look at him, and I'm gonna be like, "Pull your men out. We're gonna attack. We're gonna fight this guy."
Okay.
And only he'll hear it.
Okay. Far.
Far wants to, if he sees an opening, do like a wall of stone in front of him to try to cut him off from inside this area.
Okay. Arcana check from Far. Persuasion check from Mahua. Performance check from Juan.
Yeah.
Nick, you were doing. You're
I
waiting to Misty Step
Waiting
do
for him to be
collar.
flashbanged.
Athletics
yes.
check for you. And
Ooh.
what were you doing, Adam? already
I was
forgot.
gonna cast Bane on him as soon as.
Oh, Bane. I don't.
yeah.
You don't need.
Yeah.
That's just a save. What's your save DC on that?
17.
Might be able to burn the legendary resistance. Before
He fails. I rolled a
Oh.
lower.
Is he gonna have legendary resistance or is he taking it?
Yeah, I think he's just gonna take it. I'll be honest with
Alright.
you. I think he's gonna take it. What he doesn't.
John, what was
I'm
your
just-
roll?
I'm just. Yeah, it's -4, and I'll roll for you. I'll have the D4.
Yeah. 18 from Killian. On
Plus 5.
that. Okay, sure.
27
23.
on Abel's athletics.
Okay.
It's like I got
25 on Arcana.
Okay.
Hey, Vadmahua's persuasion.
5.
Hell yeah,
I
baby.
thought the 20 got cut off. I was really hoping we'd be all do good.
All right.
No.
Okay. So, Mahua. I'm going to describe the scene now. So you guys are like, it's warm. It's a very temperate tropical climate. You guys are in Rumble, and the entirety of the Rumble Castle is basically on top of stonework. It's an incredible fortress itself made out of stone. And some of the ground itself, though, is like gravel on the outskirts of it as a way to make the ground unstable from intruders walking up. So you guys are quietly going between like out of the forest terrain from the cave you guys came into to lush tropical-like jungle. Heat and sweat is already coming down as you guys are taking your positions with everybody. Greyhand and all their uniform and everything like that still. They are taking their positions around as well. And as Salem looks to all of you, You see he goes to give an indication, and he goes to make the move, and everybody descends on this at once as Mahua is quietly making his way through with his monk movement through. You see Lucius put his arm out with a steel defender behind him, no longer giving him compliments. Gives a bane over to Zion, who is slowly like coming forward with his claws toward this individual, who you see the individual being like, "Get out of my head with your tricks!" As Zion is getting closer and closer, and you can see again like he's like, "Trick," and he feels something. The wall of stone comes up immediately, and you see him going as he's starting to react. The echo appears in front of him with a middle finger, and you see him be like immediately go jump to attack just defensively, and the flashbang goes off, and you see immediately go. You hear just
Beautiful.
Ah, shit!
I love Zion, man.
I love this guy. He's so fun.
Enjoy cataracts, motherfucker.
With that, Abel Misty steps too, and he goes to slap the collar on, and as he is moving around, as you go to do it, he immediately turns and grabs your hand, and as he is trying to shake it off and he's holding you, he goes, "Blindsight, you fucking idiot!" as he stabs into you, and you'll take 50 points of piercing damage.
Oh God!
Abel, what are you doing?
Let's see what I have in my bag of tricks.
Well, you can't hold you grappled. That's a good
can't.
thing.
You
can't.
You're not grappled. No,
That's true.
not grappled.
He's got his hand in
stop
your
the
gut.
collar from coming. You
just
need
need
her
the cheese
own.
touch.
You
I
can
know.
fucking.
I didn't say.
Gravity has no effect on you because gravity could grapple you. You can ungrapple yourself from the tethers of physics in this world. According to your subclass, I don't give a shit. You can travel in any XYZ plane. Thanks, Critical Role.
Something I have always wondered with like different planes is like, do they just have their own like space that goes infinitely? Like, because we have space that goes infinite. Does other planes have that?
Some do, some don't
That's
actually. Some are limited in their space. Some planes have limited space.
That's it's weird for me to think about it where it just stops.
Oh, that's my
weird.
existential nightmare of our current existence. I've had that conversation multiple times. I'm like, it's more terrifying to me if it just stops. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? What do you mean? It's just there's just what's on the outside. It's like nothing. Like, how could there be nothing? What do you mean it just ends? Like it just ends.
I mean, it's expanding.
Yes,
There you go.
infinitely. Hopefully.
No. Space is actively getting bigger.
Okay.
Which means there's
It's
something
expanding.
beyond space.
So there's something beyond that it's expanding into.
That's great to hear.
Yep.
Anyways, Abel is going to bonus action Hexblade's Curse on Zion.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna come down hard on him with the Sword of the Seas.
Okay. Definitely go ahead and make an attack roll.
This dice has been good for me so far tonight. That is
Does
a
Bane play a
25
factor
to hit.
into attacks against him?
No, it's saving rolls and attack rolls, I believe.
Okay. 25 to hit?
25 to hit.
Hits.
All right, we're gonna do fun stuff.
Oh, here we go.
Zion is a fiend, right?
I think so. I think that's what I crossed.
All right.
Demon or fiend? Demon.
They're the same. They're like the
Yeah,
same
they
thing.
are,
We've
so
had
there
this
you go.
debate. Yeah.
Yeah.
We asked this last time.
All right, I'm
What are you
gonna
doing,
use a 3rd level smite,
Okay.
God damn.
and so that'll be an extra 6d8 with my improved divine smite.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use 5 charges of my Sword of the Seas for an additional 5d6.
Go for it.
Right.
This is personal, isn't it?
I'm
It
trying
is.
to fucking disorient this motherfucker.
That's true.
Listen,
That
he's
is going to
blind.
be
Imagine you just killed him on the spot and you're
12.
fucked.
No, sorry, not 12. Sorry, 14 slashing, and then let me get the radiant.
Discombobulate.
Yeah, discombobulate. But you can't, because he has blind sight, so you can't discombobulate him. He's just like, fuck you. Boop, 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 boop.
Still bothered him. There's still things to it. It's not complete blind sight. It's not just like, oh, there's no effect. It does.
Yeah, that's true, but just...
But yeah, it's
The
not
way
like
I
a
think of
dragon where
blind
it's just like, you're blind now, and the dragon's like, I smell your blood. And you're like,
I
okay.
okay.
I guess that's not as effective.
I stunning strike the dragon. He can still just fucking move. God damn it! I use times. He follows you.
27 points of radiant. 27 points of radiant damage from the smite.
Okay.
And then I need 5d6 for the Sword of the Seas stuff.
Cool.
We agreed the Sword of the Seas extra d6s were like bludgeoning, right? Because it's water.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright,
So-
that was a mixed bag.
So Abel with his free hand, though, summons a sword and just goes right into the neck of Zion, just cracks in there, and you see the armor that you're so used to being so much, like, more difficult to get through and also guarded by wards, just snaps, cracks, and you get a nice cut right into the flesh of Zion's, pardon me, demon neck.
15 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that by doing that, that'll cause him to kind of recoil, let go of my hand so I can slap the collar on.
It causes him to recoil. I don't think you would get the opportunity to slap the collar on him yet.
That's fair.
Question.
At the very least, get rid of, let go of my hand.
I was gonna say the Echo ignited the flashbang. It can't be blinded, so it's still there.
It does 1 damage, flashbangs.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
He's gone. Fuck it.
It's a
Goodbye.
flashbang. Flashbangs can kill
Yeah.
people in real life.
That's true. Then it's gone.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I meant to say that. I just knew that, and I was just like, oh, that's why
No,
the
you're
echo's
good.
not
It's just,
factor. But
yeah, it's. I hadn't seen the stat block for this thing, so I just was like, maybe until proven otherwise, it doesn't take damage.
Yeah.
all good. All
Yeah.
good.
Alright.
Can I cast haste on Killian
You
by
can't do
chance?
anything yet. The Grey Hand get to take their turn.
hell.
So, first things up, you'll see the net go. It gets launched and it's going to come down onto him. And as it's coming onto him, you can see his plate begin to glow a bit, and some wards begin starting to prevent that from coming down onto him. And as he goes and tries to cut it in half, a stun spear comes out of one area, and you see he cuts that in half with his other hand, and then another stun spear comes from a third one and hits him as he goes down to one knee. And as he's on one knee, you see Sordin appear next to him and just puts the collar around his neck. And then, I guess at that point, you would see Salem get up close, and he takes what looks to be some sort of like needle, and where you cracked open his armor, he just puts something and injects it into Zion, as then he disengages and then moves back out toward the area. What's his name? Sordin goes next to Abel, and you see Zion just trying to shrug this stuff off. You see the stun. He's able to shrug off the stun, as then he looks towards your group, and he just like, and he can feel it, and he's immediately about going up to try and tear off the collar. What are you guys doing as he's trying to rip off the collar, as he knows what's going on right now?
I'm just gonna fucking run up and lay into him with my attacks.
Go for it.
Stunning strike, stunning strike, stunning strike. Monk.
That's
Die.
You can cast
love
your
me, my
haste.
son.
What is the other people doing?
Alright.
I was gonna cast Hold Person.
Yeah, go for it.
Haste on Killian.
Okay.
I don't know. Should I cast it on Hunter?
Might be better in this case.
I will cast haste on Hunter.
Question.
Yeah.
Would Abel be able to kind of, because with Hex, I get to impose disadvantage on any, like, ability score, like, checks that fall under a certain ability score. So, like, strength would be, like, athletics checks and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
would Abel be able to figure out what kind of ability score Zion's going to use to try and rip this thing off? Would
Well,
it be
I
strength?
think if you're ripping something off, it's strength. That feels pretty easy.
Yeah,
Like,
but
logically-
I don't want to assume
yeah.
anything.
Wisdom.
You can just
With
go.
general.
You can just
You
try
know,
strength. I mean, that's logically
Alright.
the thing Abel would think as
Yeah.
well. I don't know why there'd be anything.
I'm going to hex him and give him disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay.
Abel might not have high enough wisdom to figure out these strengths.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys realize Abel has -2 wisdom.
That's fair. You know?
Here's a
He's so dexterous.
He's so wise and so dexterous. I love him.
big fiend man.
I don't think any of my
I mean,
attacks
oh.
hit through his armor.
What are your attacks? Tell me.
It is a 12, 15, and 14.
Oh, that's brutal, dude.
Yes, that's pretty bad.
That's
Pretty
brutal.
bad.
Even in
Yeah.
his extremely weakened state, I am sorry to inform you, you just hurt your hands a lot.
I'm 10 feet away. I'm using my astral
Okay, the
arms.
astral arms are just bashing into his plates, and you can see they're like weakened, but not that weak, where you can crack them through. Still made of some of the strongest metals from your world.
Yeah.
Dragon scale.
For a second, I thought you said mirror world. I was like,
Actually, I do get one more attack.
Okay,
Oh, that's not bad. That's a 21.
that'll hit.
Alright.
That hits.
Let's go.
So that one
dunk.
is 13 force damage.
Okay,
And I will attempt a stunning strike.
go for it.
Stunning strike.
So he has to make a con save.
Okay.
With Bane.
28.
Yeah, with Bane, that's not gonna do much.
Minus
also,
4
wisdom
on the
save to
Bane,
hold
so
person.
24.
It's 17. So
And a
I
wisdom.
dropped the Bane casting haste.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and a wisdom
Oh.
save for Far's
yeah, because they're both concentration. I
Whole
can't
person.
person. Both.
Okay, whole person, wisdom save, yep. That's a 2. That burns his last legendary resistance.
Hey, let's go.
The Great Hand helped burn a bunch too.
Nice.
You see, as you go to whole person, you see him just being like, ah, enough! He takes a reaction, and at you, Far, as you're trying to hit him, he, like, cups the ground full of the dirt, and he just whips it at you. And with it, you see some of his claws leave his hand and come at you. Like, themselves, they, like, regrow back, but it's almost like he throws his claws at you. So that'll be attack.
Echo Martyr.
Okay, so what does that do?
Whatever you roll, it's made against the Echo and not Far.
Okay, well, your Echo's dead, and it wasn't Far,
Okay.
it was Mahua. Did I say Far? I meant Mahua.
You said Far.
I meant Mahua. He was attacking Mahua.
Oh,
You
okay.
still want to
Okay.
do that?
I don't know how you put me in a position, Reed.
Mahua. He
said
can
it.
take some damage.
Yeah, I said it. Sure. I said
Okay,
it. We're
because then
going
he'll just die. It's not going to have
Oh, yeah.
piercing
Yeah,
damage
well,
on this.
yeah.
This is a 32 to hit. Your thing's
Oh,
going to die.
wait. I don't have it summoned because it took the 1 damage
Yeah,
from the
but is-
flashbang.
Does
Ooh, does it have to be-
does
does it
the
have to be
Manifest
very
Echo need to be summoned? I don't.
I think it does.
Does it?
Well, that's not mine.
Yeah.
Do I get to inflict pain?
It just says you can use your reaction to teleport the Echo to an unoccupied space.
Sure
A
sounds like it should
reaction.
be an Echo.
So
Yeah, so there has to be one.
Then yeah. All right. Then yeah. Sorry, Mahua. Die.
32 to hit, Mahua.
That does indeed hit.
35 points of piercing damage.
himself over.
Abel's on the opposite side. No.
I know. I'm messing. I'm
Don't
Yeah.
forget the +2 from your haste.
I know.
So as you
31
punch into
there.
all that, you get all these stones, and you're like, and you're putting your hands up, and all of a sudden you feel, and one like goes through a bit of your forearm and nearly pierces into your eye, and you're like, oh no! Yeah, we're dealing with evil people. I forgot.
I forgot.
I forgot.
All right. Everybody did their thing. It's now his turn. Strength check at disadvantage. He has you burned all of his legendary resistances. So he fails with that, even with his strength. As he tries to rip it off, he can't get it off at this point as he's slowly like fading to the ground. And you see him just like absolutely swiping, gasping for air. You see he's struggling, even though like this bitch should need to breathe before. He's winded. And he is flailing his arms with his claws out, trying to hit you guys all. If you remember one of the new monsters in Resident Evil 4 remake, or the one that's in there, when it's dying, as you can date this now, I want to stay consistent. The visual of those guys, when they die, they just start swiping everywhere. He is currently doing that as he's trying to stay on one foot, but he keeps falling down to one leg, and you can see his entire body drooping at times. That's his action. To try and remove that, and he doesn't have any magical spells he can cast now. So then the Gray Hand will go. Sordin's gonna go up to him, and you see, like out of his hand, it folds out into what appears to be like a Thor-like hammer, and he just hits the chest of Zion and just cracks him onto his back, onto the ground. As he's hits the ground, the other Gray Hand move into position, and you see them begin putting different colored collars on each of his limbs. And as those happen, you can see the struggling, and he just is completely zoning out and having difficulty. He's saying verbal components that you guys know to be spells, and nothing is happening as he's trying for this. And as Salem closes up toward him, you see he takes off the helmet of Zion, where you can see now the entire demonic face of this individual, and his eyes are just like they can't stay in one place. They are loopy. He is red-skinned. He's got all sorts of demon-like horns on his head, and you see Salem go, "Good night," as he then takes another syringe and just injects it into his skull, and you just see him finally go and off. All right, so he's neutralized. Let's get his armor off him, boys, as best we can, because that helps give him power. As you can see, also Salem has like these goggles on as well that you didn't see him put on during the sequence. It seems to be helping him with this situation. They begin removing aspects of the armor. Anything that the collars are around, they don't touch. But everything else, they begin stripping all that away. He is not naked. He does have undergarments, so fuck you for even asking. And good. And you now have Zion that way. They turn him over. They put him in manacles behind his back and on his legs. Above all the collars that are locked in on him. And you see Salem goes over to Zion, and he gestures, and Sordin brings over what is a like metal box. It's lead lined as he opens it up and hands over what appears to be a bigger type of syringe. This is kind of more what you would think of like a wine bottle opener type of deal. And they embed it into his chest, and yoink. And what you see as it draws his essence out and into a crystal that's on the end. And inside this amber crystal, you can see this purple light now fade into it and is dancing around inside. And then you see the body goes limp. And they're like, okay, I think we got what we need. The wall's giving us cover. Do we need anything else, or can we go?
Alien's back in the helmet if you can.
All right.
I want his helmet. Yeah.
You have the helmet of Cyan's Thorn.
Loot him! Yeah, does he have anything else? Does he have anything else?
Does he have anything worth taking?
Give us
Other than
anything.
the armor?
Does he have a knife with Hadrian's soul in it on him?
That is actually very important.
No. And you see they light a torch and they drop it on his body and they start burning it as they leave.
Damn.
All right.
Zion's body?
No.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. You guys return your way back as more Ganassi. The wall falls now far. You see another Ganassi as Earth shifted, has molded Earth it down, and they are now coming outside. As you can see, an individual start walking out. It looks like to be the leader of Rumble as he's coming out to see what all this ruckus is about. You guys are far gone by the time they finally get out there and seeing what's happening. There's just a body burning. And vaguely you can hear the individual being like, what a strange night. As you guys teleport back.
That's what I was thinking. A wall comes up, they come out, he's dead and on fire, and nobody's
it
around.
was like, oh, yeah, that's weird.
Well,
Really,
Yeah,
Navy
20
SEALs
seconds
take
later or
Operation
something like that.
Zion. What a way for him
we
to
just
go.
we just Saddam Hussein to Zion, bro.
Oh my god.
Holy shit!
What a way to take out Zion scoring.
He got
Fucking
fucked.
Black Ops.
Good
hit.
lord.
Ugh.
Good thing Rio's still out there. We can fight her another day.
I don't know. Without using that one, let's go take fucking Rio right now.
I'm
joking.
Listen.
I'm
Rio
joking,
is
I'm
a
joking.
different beast.
I
Might
know.
I remind you,
I
the only
did not
reason that reason that went so well is because we had all of our good, cool Greyhand friends. Without them, that probably would have gone to shit very quickly. Without question.
Oh,
we
yeah.
could have taken him.
Also, I don't think Rio can be constrained by the rules of this reality, if I'm being frank.
Yeah, she's a girl boss. So of course.
Rio scares me. I've talked to Reed about this. Rio scares
I'm
me.
gonna make you regret girl boss over your corpse.
Every time
Hey.
you say that, Rio gets another, 1d8 of damage added every time.
Added
Sure.
to Adam.
Sure.
Yeah.
Added to no one else but Adam. Every time.
Adam, she gets the Ranger, favored foe ability, but it's
Yeah.
just against Adam.
Yeah.
I
Adam's
guess
characters.
literally just against Owlins alone.
Okay, so you guys return back to one of the hideouts, and as you're in there, you can see Salem with the other group, and everyone is in high spirits, and they're just almost dumbstruck right now, and they're like, "We got it! This is something this group has been working for a very long time, and it's just the pieces are in play. We can do this now." Okay. We have it set up. There's a location we need to go to. Once we go there, we can take you back. There's no time to waste because we don't know how long we can contain him. We don't know how long until the others find out. This is our shot. Okay. As they teleport, they bring the group with you guys, and you then find yourselves in a very cavernous type of entrance again. Clearly, these people love their game. End up coming out of that into what looks to be a plateau, and as this plateau is covered with different forest and overgrowth, you guys begin walking toward where there seems to be a ritual type place set up with artifice machines everywhere. There's a Greyhand member sitting there working on this, but it's like in the middle of tropic jungle type of feel. Like this is just dumped in an abandoned, lost area. There's not really any signs of human touch whatsoever. And as you guys are approaching it, you see Salem freezes and everybody freezes in place. And you just can, he's wide-eyed and everybody else is just sees it.
It?
It's
Uh-oh.
It is just standing next to the machine.
Abel instinctively summons the Sword of the Seas just to be
Mhm.
ready.
The other gray hand person doesn't know it's there and is just going about getting everything prepped for what's happening.
How far away is it from us?
You guys are now probably like, I'll give you the 30 feet.
Fuck.
Fucking hell, that's awful. Okay.
All right, do.
Hey, bud.
Sorry.
This was
Sorry,
not
what?
here last time we were setting this up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice to finally see it in the flesh.
What's the call here, Salem?
You got a name so we can stop calling you it?
It's very inconvenient for conversation, I'll say.
I think it just means we can't respect whatever you are without a name. If I'm going to be talking about you, I'd like to at least have the respect of knowing what you're called.
Is that moving at all?
No, it's just standing there,
Yeah.
menacing.
Menacingly.
If I move around, does it look like its head follows
No.
the movement?
Does it seem to be like...
Alive?
Does it have any movement, or is it just like a statue standing there?
It appears like a statue standing there. And Salem's taking that into account now, just like, one way or another, we're getting you guys out of here. Sordin, be ready for anything.
Do we feel like the aura that it has currently running right now, or just nothing?
Are you within range of it? I believe you are.
I don't know.
30
Like,
feet, I thought.
when we were sitting there last time, it just showed up and you said, you all have this effect now. And I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're not feeling that right now. As
If I
Salem is
move-
slowly taking steps forward closer to it, and you see him call out, Mole, back away from the experiment. What's up, Salem? What's up? Holy fuck! And he just turns around and you see and he
That
starts
is
like
funny.
backing up, and you see him like, oh my gosh, and it's still just staying there right next to, like the teleport circle pad that's on there, but it's all made out of adamantite, and you can see there's carvings inside it and everything. Salem keeps getting closer and closer to it.
I wouldn't recommend getting close to it. He, kind of hurts like a bitch.
Salem gets within 10 feet of it.
Salem does or Sordin does?
Salem does. Salem
I'm
fears
gonna-
no
I'm gonna say,
god.
Do you guys feel any negative effects on you? When we were close to it, fighting it, it was like it was draining our energy.
Hunter, I will say you have Vortex Orb if you want to pull Salem out of there.
Salem
Yep.
begins to put his hand out. He's within 5 feet of it.
Oh god, don't touch it.
If it starts to
Kaelin's
react,
gonna summon the echo,
Right.
and he's
Abel,
gonna have
Abel
to...
is going to start moving forward as well to be ready to like help pull
Kaelin-
Salem out.
Kaelin's prepping Echo Martyr as needed. He just has the echo out and is just kind of waiting to see if it does anything.
As he reaches out to touch it, you see Salem's hand starts to pass through its image.
Oh,
That I wouldn't say that's an all clear.
that's still terrifying. Yeah.
What are you? He looks over to Sordin, and Sordin gives the nod, and they take out the gemstone, and you see it look at the gemstone.
That's not terrifying in the slightest.
Uh-oh.
And you see Salem back up a little bit and take the gemstone. You guys stay back. As he then offers the gemstone out towards it. And it just looks. And Salem sort of tries to like pass it through. And you see it's just maintaining its composure. He clicks it into place in the artifice device. It slowly walks around the circle and then retakes another position watching your lot.
The fuck is this?
Say-
Have we
Salem?
considered that thing's on the other side?
Yeah, is that a
Like in
two-way
our
portal
version?
you're about to open? Because that's a two-way portal. It could be trying to come here.
Or it's just waiting for us to step out.
You
All
might
those
be
are great
sending
theories. Those are all very distinct possibilities.
So do we want to keep pressing our luck, or do we want to reevaluate?
We got one shot at this, and it knows where we are now. There's only
Yeah,
a
but
matter
you-
of time before the other one shows up.
But you could just be sending us through a portal to our imminent death.
Think Tellius would do that?
I'm gonna step for him. I'm gonna trust Tullius.
We're gonna keep you
put
safe.
my faith into Tullius and Nassau.
Put your faith in us too. We got you.
Yeah, you guys.
As the other gray
I
hand
seem like
begins
a
stepping
lot.
up and Salem steps up on it.
All right, do we want to talk about this over the table for a second? Just
No,
casually?
no.
Just let
You
it
play.
go?
You play,
You play.
Adam. You play. God will not give you all the answers if you ask for a dice roll. Play the
I'm
fucking
not
game.
asking. I'm just saying.
He looks
that
over
this
back
is
to
an
the
important
mall.
decision.
All right, start getting it ready. As he starts prepping the machine, Salem is maintaining to keep watching. He has not broken eye contact with it since we've gotten here.
Killian
This
wants
will be
to
ready
keep watch.
in 2 minutes.
Killian wants to keep watch the surrounding area, see if in case anyone else comes to join the party, we're ready to.
Yeah, like
to
how many
react.
entrances are into here? Is it
Well, this
just
is a
one
giant
with-
open. It's a giant field and forest thing, so there's literally everywhere.
Oh, right.
But
I thought we were still in the cave. I bet.
So technically speaking, Bless only lasts for like 1 minute, but narratively speaking, could I cast it now to have effect when all this stuff happens?
Sure.
All right. I will cast Bless on. I'm going to cast it. Let me see.
Can I do the same with Aura of Vitality? Just
I'm
kind
gonna
of have it.
I'm gonna
Yep.
cast it at 3rd level, so everybody gets Bless. That should be all 5 people.
And if something happens, I will cast Aura of Vitality at 3rd level.
Yeah, if it's gonna take 2 minutes, he's gonna wild shape and just fly around up, trying to keep an eye wherever, skies around, if any trees are moving weird,
Give me a perception check.
Killian, Yoko just take up positions around the circle to like both ends, so we have some on each end.
30.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
This is
Fuck!
Reed, this is so tense.
Fuck! Fuck!
Let's
Fuck
go!
you!
Reed,
Fuck you!
when we get to next campaign,
Fuck
Reed's gonna have a whole
you!
rule of like you can't have expertise
Oh, that
in
is
perception anymore.
easy.
Remember back in like it was about this time last year when we were in a very tense situation with the Crimson Rose and Far didn't get to make a perception check that would have made the difference. This is making up for that moment.
Yep.
Where he's just like, I'm gonna say it. We're doing it.
The word.
I'm fucking terrified right
This
now.
is so cool, Reed. I gotta
No,
tell you,
fucking-
this is raw. This is
fucking
raw.
just like piano music that's like barely there, but I'm constantly hearing it is not helping.
So good. This is so
It's so
cool.
good, yeah.
I'm on like pins and needles right now.
I want you to know, I hate that you have made this creature that you can just say the words "it" and it fucking sends me into a panic attack. I'm just like,
I love
it's time.
I love it.
It's
my-
so fun.
It's one of my
This
new
is so
favorite
cool.
creations.
This thing is so cool. I love it.
Too bad,
I
me
love
and
it.
soon you're gone.
Stupid Adium, get out of here.
You got killed by the collapse. And you get fucked. We don't know that.
Stupid-
You cannot play
stupid
with
idiot.
Mansoon anymore.
Stupid idiot in hag jail. You're not
I
it.
don't want to play with
I
you.
do like Mansoon. Mansoon is pretty cool.
but it's not it.
I jokingly said at this time last year we were having that session. That was April 23rd. It is currently April 19th. That was genuinely almost a year ago to the day.
Damn.
It's pretty crazy.
I'm fucking terrified. And
I love D&D, man.
Drew is the MVP of this entire fucking campaign.
Yeah, you know the image of like far if it's like what is my purpose? You're here to make up for when the party does some dumb shit. Yeah, this is Once again, reiterating that Far
I don't know. Whenever
carries us.
Far makes a check, I just think of the kid from Spy Kids with the fucking like elongated teleglasses.
I'm the guy.
I'm the guy. Perfect, not him.
It's the
moment.
guy.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
The Elijah Wood cameo.
That top 10 cameos of all time. Probably top 5.
Far snaps his fingers and casts super power word kill at 10th level on the group and kills
Power.
everyone.
He power word stuns it.
Far would be a good villain if he heel turned.
Power word stun goes kind of crazy. I'm not.
I hate to
gonna
break
lie.
it to you, Adam. It has more than 150 health. Like, without question, there's no debate in that regard.
Then just lower his health. It's not that hard. Just attack it.
Put Harkin in the same room where he just keeps casting the if your health is this, you get debuffed to where your max health drops until he's below 150. Power word stun. That easy.
Just send
It's
him
a
into that
two-pronged
Ralia stone
plan.
and have him fight Ragnorum.
Two-pronged plan. Yeah, we have Ralia come in with Ragnorum's bones and be like, alright,
Yeah.
Ragnorum.
This is the great parts of the sessions when you fully sent Reed into a tailspin and he's like,
He's
Fuck. What do I do?
So Far is going to land on Wild Shape.
Yep.
And near the group and say, "We're not alone." And then he's gonna cast Wrath of Nature right at the point that you described,
Okay.
and I will send you the
Yeah, please do.
description of it.
See you for
While you're working that out, run to the bathroom as we're getting started.
Sure.
I will say I have a hard cutoff at 10:30 tonight because I have to work.
Oh,
in
we're
the
stopping
morning.
at 10 is my hope.
Okay, cool. Luckily, we don't have to wait that long for our next session.
That's true.
That's why
It's
we're not
great.
going to go super long.
Okay, I lied. I'm not going to the bathroom.
Okay.
Lie to me then.
I'm sorry.
Mainly the middle two.
Yeah.
The middle two.
This music is so tense. I hate you, Reed.
Yeah.
It
This is
wasn't
so
intentional. I just grabbed whatever, so I'll take credit.
cool. Listen, anything that's cool is planned, and anything that's not cool was an unintended side effect.
Yep. So the first one is deck saving throw would be a 32.
That was the number I had in my head of like, Reed's gonna say this. It's gonna be comically large, and then we're all gonna be worried. And then he said it.
Nah, comically large is like 42 at this point.
And then
No, I
that
think
one
40 is
is
the cutoff.
26 for the athletics check.
I don't like what's going on here. Personally,
That's an athletics check.
what if it like the real Zion shows up?
The
that
Super
was, like-
Zion.
That was decoy Zion.
That was bitch Zion.
I mean, yeah, those both pass.
Yes,
But-
but the effect still takes place, and you guys see all the trees begin to push in on each other. Roots come out, grass and rocks all begin just collapsing in on where Far was looking towards with his staff. Exhausting. And there's just chaos unfolding at the moment. And you see Far turn back to the group, and he's just like,
Rio's here. We have company.
Shit.
Like right
Great.
there.
Yes.
Should we all throw those fireball beads at that?
Is it
No,
just
keep the
Rio?
force up.
she's currently battling with the forest. You begin to see fire shooting out and burning through stuff. And as she hits down at the earth, you can see cracks start going, and a earthquake begins to start happening.
Oh no!
As
That's
the
an
ground,
8th level spell.
as the ground begins to crack and fold, you see Salem being like, "Okay, we're doing this." As the minute is up and you guys are ready to go, do you guys go with Salem and the Gray Hand through wherever this portal will lead you?
You know, I was really starting to like it here, so
Yeah.
Nah. Far's like,
yes,
Far
I will
go.
go.
We've done
Far
this much.
sprints through. Far
We've done
does
this
No,
much.
it's not a sprint. It's a teleport pad type of deal.
Yeah.
So A magic sword.
Abel's going.
I'm going.
I'm not sticking around to fight
You gotta
Rio
step
right now.
off. So your other option is stepping off. They all leave you, and Rio's there.
Yeah, and you're left with
Yeah,
her.
you know what? Great point. I will.
That is an option.
Teleport.
If you'd
It's
like to.
Rio or it. Either way, you're dying. So pick your poison.
Okay, yeah, well, we're staying.
What?
No,
well,
like,
not staying on the path.
leaving.
Staying on the path.
Okay, okay.
Sorry.
We're leaving.
Wait.
Yeah.
I just
We're
imagine
going
that-
to Funky Town. Let's see where the Funky Teleporter leaves us.
That's a good song.
Who's ready for another trip to Mirror World?
Anyway,
All roads lead to Mirror World, baby.
as you guys teleport, you feel your bodies twisting and turning. Your very essence feel like they're being rubbed against the fabric of reality. Makes you nauseous, makes you agitated. You feel like you're swollen all over, and then you feel fragile and broken, that you could snap like a dried twig. Dried, you can set it on fire too, in case you ever want to think about just when somebody describes something that's dry. Just for future burn notices.
Incomprehensible. Incomprehensible. Continue.
Oh, sorry, that's my own issues getting involved there. As you guys settle, the room is dimly lit by red, crimson-colored flames all around.
Fuck.
As the smoke settles in the area, you can see the picture of like Salem, your group, and the gray hand behind you. You guys find yourself inside, kind of resembles that of a wine cellar. But instead of wine bottles, you see knives everywhere, stuck into all sorts of holders. They are encrusted with different gemstones. Some are glowing, some are not. Behind you, as you guys turn, you can see an altar where there seems to be 6 slashes up top, 3 underneath it, 12 underneath that. All with either knives in or missing around there. See how looks to your group. Think we're home.
Do we still have the observed world feeling of like not belonging, or do we feel like we normally do?
You feel like you're back in Xenia.
Abel looks to see if he has the markings again, or if they're still gone.
You do not have a mark.
Cool, like that.
Does Killian checks his items to see if he has the Cupiterian, or is that gone
That's
forever? Damn. But do I still have Zion's helmet? Hell yeah! I love that thing. That's so cool. So sick. Okay. Do the knives seem magical?
Sworden is missing.
Is the teleportation pad still
Oh, that's not good.
active, or like?
It's gone. There's not even the sign of a teleportation pad here. That's just, you guys just appeared into this world. There was not one on the other side.
Is Sorden the only one missing?
Yes.
Killian's gonna walk over to a dagger.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Aha!
Whoa.
I'm actually kind of good at this. And I get Abel's bullshit and big
Yeah,
range.
+4.
Okay.
So +4, +2, +5. So that was +5, +4, which is 9, +7, 17. 29.
29. Okay. So, you go down to 1 HP, but you do not go unconscious.
That's bad.
As you reach,
Okay.
you can see there's an arcane field, and as you go through there, you immediately feel as though your soul's being ripped from your body.
So that's what these are. I had a feeling it was the soul knives.
Don't touch him.
When I look at the daggers, do any appear to be like?
You didn't touch the dagger, by the way. There's a magical ward preventing you from getting in there. They're like almost like
Okay.
glass cases around all of them.
I
So
will-
just for clarity, because it sounded like you guys thought touching it. That was not what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I just tried and it hurt. I'm gonna use
will-
second wind. Get
I'm
some
gonna
help.
cast, since I didn't use Aura of Vitality since we just teleported, I'll cast 3rd level Cure Wounds on 1 HP dumbass.
Yay!
I'm just gonna roll this in D&D Beyond because it makes my life easier.
I'm gonna pull out a quarterstaff.
Wait,
Yep.
You get 13 HP back. Congrats.
And
You got
can
2
the
ones.
quarterstaff bypass the barrier, or does it? Like, can I? Is it like a physical object?
Yeah, it stops physical objects from passing through. So yes, it would
Okay.
stop that.
is there like a door to leave?
There is.
Yeah.
It's straight
There's
ahead
a
of you.
door-
There seems to be a stone door with a symbol on it. I gotta go find that symbol real quick.
Abel would like to investigate for traps.
Go
What?
ahead and make an investigation.
Farm is going to cast Find Trap.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'll let the master work.
Let him work.
You notice the entirety of the area is trapped. Everything guarding the knives is trapped. The altar is trapped with pressure plates. The by the door to leave, there are gemstones, crystal gemstones that are trapped for movement of motion. If you touch the ceiling, there are more arcane runes up there. I think that gets it. I'll let you know if there's any other traps.
I don't like the death rune.
I just want to point out, I appreciate Reed using the version of the spell that is actually usable and not the original version of the spell.
What was the original version? I don't even know.
The original version is like you've got a 30-foot sphere around you, like detect magic. And if there is a trap within visual distance in that sphere, it tells you, yes, there is a trap in that sphere.
Doesn't tell you what
Doesn't
it's
tell you where,
it is.
doesn't tell you what it is. Just, yes, there is a trap within your
Yes, you
distance.
are in
There's one up
danger.
there. Yeah, there's somewhere in there.
That tracks.
It's somewhere. Don't worry, guys. Okay, so the
Give me a
symbols
second.
was
I know.
3,
I'm
6,
getting
12. No. I'm like
There it is.
trying to recap for us, the players down that banner. It was like 3, 6, 12. I'm pretty sure, or it was 6, 3, 12.
You see the
for
Yeah,
six.
6, 3, 12.
epsilon symbol.
Can I make a history check to try and cross-reference that with anything I might have heard of?
Can I do
or
the
read
same?
about, or like, is that related to a specific god or organization?
It's not.
All right.
That's
Well, check. Either you don't know it or no. One of the two. Either you can't know this or just no.
How you feeling, Hunter? Okay.
I like that. I like that. I don't
Sir. Oh.
See, have an idea, but I can't do it.
Yeah. It's cool.
Mhm.
It's the benefits
So,
of
yep.
being in both campaigns.
I've got an assumption, but I'm not going to say anything.
All right.
Got some ideas.
Is there anything that's notably not trapped, or is everything trapped? Basically.
Some places you can walk around the room, like not every stone tile is trapped, but points of interest are trapped, and also the door itself is locked. There's some way arcane that you would have to try and unlock the epsilon door. You guys are currently in an area that is basically like a vault of sorts.
Great. Can I make? All right. Is there any traps from here to the door that
Yes.
are? All right. Can I just like start working my way towards the door and using just an Arcana check to disarm the traps if I can?
Sure. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for the first trap.
18.
Okay. You fall unconscious. You go to 0
Yeah,
HP
you die.
as it triggers.
Did you add your D4 from Bless?
I did
Or is
not.
that done
Would
by
that
now?
matter?
Is that done by now?
It wouldn't matter.
Roll it and see.
He just said it would not matter.
What was it though?
Oh, it would have been 22.
22? No. You're still.
Get down.
You-
Okay.
You
I
are
rolled
you
five.
are making death saving throws right now. So
Okay. Anyone want to use one of those little beads or
not
anything?
feel it. Jesus Christ.
No, they're super precious. Sorry.
Abel will
I'm
use
sorry, I
15
didn't say you're the main caster, man. I'm so sorry. You're the
Yeah.
best.
Abel
You're
will
the
use
best,
15
Drew. I love
points.
you.
Shut up, Adam.
lay on hands on Lucius to bring
Paladin.
him back up.
Okay, so this room's like really fucky with magic. Looking at the gray head people.
yeah,
Do
you see
guys...
Salem has his glasses on, so he's like, This entire place is a death trap. We landed in the core of it all. This is,
I am-
Core of what? Core of what? Sorry, I didn't do the voice.
Well, by our calculations, and by ours, I mean wherever the hell Sordin went, we should be in the lair of this Crimson Rose place that you guys talk about.
Great.
Why would you send us here? What an awful place.
It's quite possibly
Yeah,
the last place we could have wanted.
Can I just take in the room immediately around us? Like, is there anything around us that seems like it could be beneficial?
Sure, make an investigation check. Salem looks
Yeah,
at
you
you and
mentioned like
goes,
someone's
this is
glowing.
probably the best way to take them down. We had the opportunity. Telly sent you here for a reason, and we finally had the opportunity to find this place. We had an ability to. You saw it. What were the chances of that happening? We have this.
Why did we need to see it for that to occur?
Yeah, I don't think that's
Because
more foreboding than anything.
Adam, shut up.
Because we could not find wherever their home location was, how they do anything that they do. We've been communicating for quite some time with this plane, and we've only had our best guesses at what's going on here and with this organization, and what distresses we've gotten from some of the heralds of your world.
13 investigation.
Okay. For something helpful in this room?
I'm just trying to like take in our immediate vicinity. Like,
Yeah.
is anything seeming out of place for what we're currently anticipating of like a very dangerous room? Like, does anything seem off?
Everything is well organized in this iteration. Many of the knives are in place, not all of them. The thing that seems off is your fucker isn't here. Sordin's not here when you guys teleported.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking guy.
Besides this, I would say it's just like left and right. It's just like, think of like where you store your knives with your knife collection at home in a kitchen. There's just knives plugged in, all different styles, sizing, and gemstones. And then there's an altar as well. And you probably have, and then there's stacks on top of them. So there's probably like 1,000+ knives in this room.
I would like to investigate the altar. See if there's anything interesting going on with that.
Okay.
Avoiding the pressure plates around the altar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. They can be pointed out by far, easily enough.
15.
I'll give you +5 for that.
And as you begin investigating around this altar-like area, there's no book, there's no scripture, there's nothing of extreme note here. You can see each of these stones, or of these knives, seem to have very different textures to them. Some of them glow very differently. Some of them have different markings on them. Some of which even have markings of madness. Very similar designs on the blade itself and the handle. But on the altar itself, there's no place to preach. It's just it's a lifted up altar type of deal, but it's not. This is not a holy cult. This is not anything like that. This is just storage of souls.
Great. I will relay that information to the group, obviously, so we don't have to roleplay me saying the exact same thing you said.
I'm still lost on what us seeing it means we could come here. Like, we don't even know where the hell here is.
I mean, they talked about how just going all the way back, Hadrian talked about how Rasmus talked about how they took his father's soul. Maybe this is something to do with that?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, physically getting here. Like, they said the whole thing relies on us seeing it, but so fucking what?
I think what he was pointing out is that
gonna do
the
this?
fact that we used the fact that we used
Yeah.
his specific essence.
We use the other one's
Brought up
essence
here.
and it to locate. If, all right, here's the. I don't know. I don't feel like role playing this. So here's the stats and the mechanics, so you can feel good about this. In order to enter the Crimson Rose layer, you need to be able to know where it is, and you need to have some sort of connection to it. It itself has been certain places inside here, so its essence has been here in many different ways in the different places of this layer. But they didn't have it. They only had basically your memory that could help coordinate where it's been in this world. Seeing it helps deal with like the astral sea, ethereal planes, different types of existence in this world to help pinpoint it to its layer. And the rationale was the layer is one of the best places to dismantle whatever has destroyed your world. They needed an essence to tie that in. So they had basically one but not the other. They needed not only like the memory of an individual in order to enter in here, but also the essence of a Crimson Rose leader in order to enter the layer the way they did. That is the basic mechanics of how I drew it up. Salem conveys that.
All right.
All right, sure.
Far wants to try to disable, do like dispel magic on like the trap by the door or any other, if he's trying to clean up and figure out a way to get out.
Yeah, at what level?
So he doesn't. He'll start at third and roll to try, and if he fails, he can try it again. And,
all right, so you're gonna try for theirs. I'll say you guys can try and get around the pressure plate ones up to a point that lead up. So there'll be one check for you then to get to the crystals by the door, and that'll be the second check. So give me those first ones.
What check? Sorry.
You're doing a dispel magic.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a
something
dexterity
else.
trying to walk check. That's why I was asking.
You're all good. You
okay.
saw them with your eyes, so you're all good on that.
I'm trying to find out. There it is. I'm just gonna roll a d20. That one will not. Nope.
Okay, so first one fizzles.
I could try another Arcana check.
As
That
it
would be
fizzles,
a 17.
a 17 for that one. We'll disable that one. The first one that failed, though, you feel something snap back towards you, and you don't take damage, but you feel like something knows that you just attempted that.
Oh God.
Oh God.
But it's still there, right? So
What?
can I try to do it
You can
again?
do another one for the crystals now, yeah. So you failed once, and then you succeeded, so you got rid of that one. There's one more to get toward the door.
Nah, 13.
That does not.
Make
You
sure I'm
feel
checking
once
it off
again a
first.
much stronger sensation that something knows what you tried, and I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
With +4 from Abel.
Uh, 28.
You're good. You shrug off. Something was trying to observe you. You're able to push it back.
I thought I was gonna look back at the group and like, should I try again?
I can.
Are you
I can
are
try.
you doing anything?
Yeah, what's going on?
You can hear the verbal and components and stuff, and he would say like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to disable this." Like, he's not just over there doing stuff. So I have a bunch of spell slots though, but
Yeah, it's just like the do we want whatever this thing is to know.
Yeah, I mean, I could try it. Can I use Arcana, or does it have to be a Dispel Magic?
Yeah, I guess.
Spell magic.
Alright.
For the traps, yeah.
Well,
There's
we'll
so
try
many
again.
traps. How are the traps spread out? Like, would there be a way to dance around them, or would there be ways where you have to
was
like...
doing that at that point, right?
Okay.
So he got to a point where he couldn't dance around.
These are just
disabled
the ones on the door.
Yep, and
Yeah,
so
these
these
are
are
the-
just preventing you guys from walking through the door. That's
So,
Mhm.
well, so I mean, like talking about that, like, would they have to disable them? Like, how would they disable them? Maybe is there like a word or something? Is there some way they can just move past them? Did they just jump over them?
I mean, if it's oh well, I can't say that because never mind. I'm gonna compare it to both.
I mean, he
crystals
just
around the
attempted
door,
to
right?
disable it with magic. You guys haven't tested how these traps function yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to put out there.
Yeah.
Like, we saw
A pressure plate.
Lucius.
Yep.
We saw Lucius drop when he touched one, so clearly they're dangerous.
Yeah,
They can
I
be
think almost feels it.
disabled, but there must be another way. Those armored beings, they can't just go around disabling all their traps and then reapplying them. That doesn't
Yeah,
make
but
sense.
Didn't we see that like he had like something on him that would like allow him to step through? We've seen that in the past where like
Yeah,
they
his
just
armor
have an
reflects-
item on them.
Like Zion's armor reflects magic, or at least it did. So he could technically, if it's not hot,
Okay.
just walk through it.
you've
then
got
bounce off.
you've got the helmet. Does that do anything around the trap?
That's true. He's gonna pull out the helmet.
Okay.
What
are you doing?
Kind of with what Far has pointed out, can he dance his way over to Far and not step on any traps?
Absolutely. You guys have established this already and worked this way.
Okay.
You've used spells and resources to do that. So yes.
Okay. So I've got the helmet. Do we just want me to like put it between the crystals, or does it seem like there's any like maybe any like parts in the wall where like you have to put something in for any reason of like I don't know, it's like a piece of armor or something to like check if you have a certain thing on you, maybe. I'm just
Well,
spitballing.
Salem, you said you can see the traps, right? With those things you're wearing.
Yes. Also,
Maybe
point of
you-
order. I'm not letting Salem and the Gray Hand solve it all for you. I'm letting you guys enjoy this.
Absolutely.
Narratively, they would be helping a lot more. Game-wise, I'm just letting you guys fucking play the game. I'm
What
not
if-
interested in the DM solves the game of his own shit. So
Well,
Mhm.
if
What
you
are the
use,
color of the crystals?
if you use the helmet, does it change
crystal.
the vision? Like, does the magic change at all if you bring the helmet close to a trap? That's all I'm asking from Salem.
yeah, there seems to be a strange interaction, and the helmet's still magical. I don't know
Killing it. Mhm.
quite
Should I
what
put it
that
on,
means.
or is that a bad idea? I kind of want to put it on, but I also feel like something will go wrong.
That sounds like
Like, it wouldn't shock me if they have some enchantment on it to where, like, if it's not them wearing it, something happens.
I would save that for now.
Yeah.
Take it from me, you don't want to be maddened. It's a real headache.
Can I make
Sure,
a his-
thank you, Peanut Gallery.
Oh,
Could I make like a history check to see if these crystals I've ever seen them used before or no?
Sure.
Should I do like an Arcana check on them and see if there's any
I did
Yeah.
27 on the
symbols,
history.
anything around it?
You with 27, you know these are typically used to store evocation spells, and they are often used in artifice to create weapons and traps.
But they're different from the crystals I have though, right?
Sure.
And 18 on Arcana.
You just get the sense of that there is evocation magic embedded inside these. You're not sure what, and it will probably hurt a lot.
Abel will try and look for a physical contraption that shuts these off. Not necessarily just an obvious lever, but like, is there maybe an out of place brick in the wall that might be used as like a secret?
These crystals are sitting on stands right now, Skyrim style.
Are any of them different?
No, it's just the two of them.
Okay. Well,
Just the two of
Why
them
don't
by
we
the
try,
door.
like, we should try, like, magicking them away. Like, move them. Just, like,
Would
physically.
with that Arcana check, is there I don't, and this is something I don't know. Is there schools of magic that like counteract other ones? Like, obviously, this is evocation. Would, another type of item?
I bet if I liked D&D magic systems more, I could absolutely play that game with you right now. I don't think it's designed that way. I really like that idea, though.
There's only a couple interactions in that way that I'm aware of. Like the most common one is shield is blocked by magic missile. So like that's sort of in that vein, but like
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing in 5e that I understand that works like that at the moment, but I would much prefer a system like you just described of kind of like rock, paper, scissors, to be honest with you, with certain things. Not everything, but that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Because that'd be better for puzzles.
Should I go over there and make an Arcana check?
What are you doing, Juan? What were you doing? You're just standing there now next to Far, just being
saying,
like...
why don't we just try to just move the crystals, like, with magic to where they're not right here next to the door? Could we not just try that? I mean,
we have the devices that telekinetically shove things if we want to try one of those.
Did Far like reconcile the group that?
Yes,
okay.
He told us.
Yeah. I will point out that we should be very careful how we approach these things because they're already.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Punch.
Yeah. We were going to be done by 10. Now we're stopping at 10:30 no matter what. I am just... Anyway.
Is this another Free Fire puzzle, Reed?
Are we just this stupid?
Fuck it, Abel's gonna try and grab one of the crystals.
Why don't we just cover the crystals?
Okay, well, okay.
Don't grab them. Why are you trying to grab them? I'm just
spitting out ideas, dude. I'm not saying...
Abel, you go to grab the crystal and give me a con saving throw.
I figured as much, but I wanted to make sure we didn't just strike out the obvious solution like we did with Free Fire.
Fair.
That's going to be 28.
28. Okay, you go to 1 HP.
Okay.
And you stay conscious as you feel your insides cooked from the inside with excessive amounts of lightning.
That's not
so
fun.
Abel is well done now.
And you said there was what is lighting up this room?
There are torches. No, that wouldn't be torches. It would be basically the light spell, and there's wisps throughout this room, and they're all crimson red. So everything has a red tint in this room.
And there would be no. I didn't know if there were torches and we could put them out, so that's why.
Yeah.
Can I
also that way? No.
Can I hip hop my way over there and make an Arcana check?
Sure. On what?
On the
crystals?
Can I make an Arcana check on the crystals without touching them and dying?
Okay. What are you making our Arcana check on?
See if there's any if there's any connection that the crystals have, not necessarily just to themselves, but necessarily to a mechanism or the door itself.
Investigation, not Arcana.
Okay, I got you. I get the +4 from Bless still.
Has it been? It's been more than a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably over.
What do you say now? Okay, 21.
21. You can tell this is most sensitive to objects that pass through it. Of what length you're uncertain. It's not hitting you guys on the outside when you position behind it, so that is part of it. Touching it is not a good idea. These do look movable as suggested. They're not bolted to the ground.
The entire pedestal is movable, not just the crystal.
Yep.
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 And could you describe that banner that was there when we entered the room with the slashes? Just in case. I don't know. I'm spitballing.
Yeah, banner with the slashes.
Yeah, it was like...
Or against the wall of the altar. Or
yeah.
There was
6, 3, 12.
Oh, yeah.
6, 7, 3, then 12.
But again, those slashes are where you would put knives in. It's just another set of those, but those look like the prized ones. These are like super special.
And there's nothing in any of those?
What's that?
There's nothing... And
there's nothing in any of those?
Oh, there is. There's plenty in all those. I apologize for not describing that properly. But there is of all those, like the top row probably has 1. The bottom row, like the run with 12, probably has like 8 in there. and so forth. What'd I say it was?
And
What were the numbers
was there any
again?
traps on the altar?
It was 6,
6,
4,
3, 12.
6, 3, 12. Okay, thank you.
Was there any traps on the altar itself? Like, obviously, Abel went up and investigated.
Yeah,
Like,
there's no,
all
not
the
on
rest
the
of the
altar
knives
itself.
have something.
There's like a pressure plate here or there you guys can get around, and then there's again the barrier.
Blocking those knives. That
Yeah,
are,
every knife is protected
Okay,
because
okay.
obviously these are very valuable. If you could figure out a way to get around those, maybe they could be helpful to you in some way. Maybe they could be helpful to you in some way. But that's just an option if you can find a way to get around those barriers. Exiting the room, you might be able to find more things as well. If you could find a way to exit the room either, maybe other options. But there are multiple options in this room of things that you guys might find helpful, like getting through those barriers to gain access to the knives, or getting through that door to explore the rest of this dungeon and see what other resources may be available to you. Those are two paths, but there could be more paths that I haven't even thought about available to you guys, but a better DM would have more than just two options here. Otherwise, his players might get hopelessly stuck in this room.
I think we should interact
Move
with
the
the knives, guys. I think we should touch the knives. I think we should get rid of the wall and touch the knives.
Yeah, I was gonna say get rid of the wall first, then touch the knives. Great.
This might sound crazy.
So the way I'm envisioning it, the door is like off to the side, kind of in line with the altar, and then there's the barrier, right? Because the altar is obviously on this side of the barrier.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking of the barrier is literally just like another wall that we can just see through, and the knives on the other side.
I assumed it was like barriers on each side with the knives, altar
What's,
behind us.
Paint?
Whoa.
Is that what it's called?
MS Paint? I'm sorry that we're just so stupid, apparently, DM.
You're not stupid. I just was hoping to wrap this up on a fucking cliffhanger, and instead I accidentally threw into a puzzle.
Oh god, that means it's a cliffhanger after this.
I think the cliffhanger was supposed to be we enter the room, and it's like, what is this? And then it ends, but we kept going. I think that was how it was supposed to go.
I don't want to use all my spell slots on Dispel Magic.
Yeah, that's
Dispel
the
magic,
other
dispel
thing
magic,
is I
dispel
know
magic.
now there's a dungeon crawl ahead of us, and I don't want to waste my resources, like, just in the first room.
Yeah.
More just that it's a puzzle, and if I've already wasted 3 spell slots on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3
I just wish I was
third level
smart enough to have
spell slots.
Dispel Magic prepared. I never
And-
prepared Dispel Magic.
Anyway, Hunter, am I allowed to watch the other campaign yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? Cool. Will you inform me of when?
When we finish these puzzles,
Let's go!
then you'll be real mad.
That's concerning, but good to know.
If you guys have to do the same puzzles, I'm gonna be sitting and listening to them and like, fuck.
Yeah, because
So much
we're gonna be
faster.
they're gonna solve it like instantly. It's gonna be like, god damn it, we're stupid. God damn it.
All I
At
ever
least I
learned
never
is no
would
group
have
is ever the
sucked.
same. So, knives are in here. Knives are in here. See the
Sorry, all I
slashes
see
of
is
the
a white
walls.
screen.
It always is the way.
What?
Yeah, I don't see you. You haven't painted
I see
anything
like
else,
little
all
dots
see
if
white
I get. Is that just my monitor dirty? No, I see stuff kind of, but it's pretty much just white.
Just send a screenshot of it in our chat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because the thing wasn't thick enough. I didn't draw it. I just used the default. So fuck it.
Oh.
It's there. It's drawn.
Oh.
I saw it.
Yeah.
As you like did the no. It was like a flash of like when it darkened up with this with the taking
Yeah.
the picture.
Yeah.
Nothing.
There.
No.
It kind of shows up, but it's like if it's too thin that you're only seeing certain.
Can you
things.
invert the colors like
No.
with the
Just-
button press?
I'm just green.
Part of me just
Yeah,
wants
just,
to do
just
hero
print
action to
screen
get
and throw it
insight
in the
into
one of the game
situation.
chats.
Yeah, but the probability of getting insight and not just a fucking crit on your next attack is.
But what if he gets a divine intervention?
Yeah. Imagine just having that
Can you
option.
see that
That's kind of
now,
cool.
or am I losing
Yes.
my mind? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we got you.
That's good.
I love losing my mind. It's the best. Okay, so because it looks clear as day on OBS to me, which is so surprising.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the barriers on all sides. Uh-oh.
So
Holy
those
shit!
slashes are the barriers, but so you have knives on the right and left sides, and then one behind the altar. The altars seem to be the ones of more importance, but you could always try your hand at the other ones as well.
Is
Those
there a
two
barrier?
circles are where the holders are for the crystal traps, and then the door leading out for Tau is what I've indicated with the two slashes leading out northwise.
Yeah.
Is that say Tau? I
On the
thought
bright
so. I
side,
meant
on the
Epsilon.
YouTube video, it looks great.
Oh,
So it's definitely.
It's just us.
Oh yeah, that's so much clearer. Holy shit.
Okay.
I think it's just Discord
Yeah.
streaming.
It's
being
Discord
at-
because I'm probably
Oh.
streaming 720. I'm not paying for the expensive shit, so there you go. I don't
Yeah.
have Nitro, so that's probably what's happening. I'm glad it's clear on stream because I was like, oh, cool. More, I don't know what's reality.
Yeah, we
I
just
love
look
that.
like we're
Love that for
crazy
me.
on stream. So the barrier wasn't visible until Killian interacted with it.
Yes. And then you guys saw
Okay.
like a brief, think ray shields from Star Wars.
Okay, got you.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
how we're talking here.
And
Yeah.
it's not making any like effect when it's like hitting the ground or the walls or anything whatsoever. It's just
Yeah. And
we
Mahua
just
tried
know-
poking his thing through it, and it didn't work.
Yep.
Like it just stops physical
Is
things.
that magical, Mahua? That Cordyceps you used.
No, that was a mundane.
I'm gonna try using my champion sword and see if that goes through.
No, that is stopped as well.
Okay.
Killian wants to see if he can
Also,
summon his
try to
echo.
move these pedestals.
Wait a second.
Fuck!
What?
I'm so happy you guys are trying, but I'm just like, oh man, it hurts. You guys
It's gonna
were
be so obvious.
you were there. You were fucking there. It was like you literally were like, I'm bored now. And then just fucked off. You're just like uninterested. Two
Where
different
were we?
ways. You've had two different solutions already, and then you were like, nah, and just left.
All right. I think we have to move the crystals.
Okay.
Because that was probably one of the.
I want to
So
move
how-
the pedestals that the crystals are
Okay.
on, not
Okay.
touch the crystals.
Okay, so they're heavy. They're very heavy.
Abel
So-
will assist.
Okay, so I need the
Yeah,
two of you
Killian
to
and
give
Abel
me
can help.
strength and dexterity checks to make sure you don't rock it and
Okay.
that you can move it.
Okay, so
Okay.
Killian and Abel doing this since we're the strong boys.
Killian,
Far
can
was
I?
trying to do it, but you two
Okay,
can
well,
jump
Far
up.
was.
Can
Well, I was
I?
gonna say we could do when Far like directs us since we're the muscle. He's like the mental guy. But
Right.
yes,
Killian, can I see that helmet while you're focusing on that?
yeah, I want it back though. I think it's kind of cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Just straight strength or like
Yep.
athletic
It's a
strength?
strength check,
I
and
got
then it is a dexterity check.
16 strength.
Okay, Killian.
Okay.
Can Far assist with like perception or something to like, if they're focusing on like moving it, that it's like, oh well, not too far or slow down
Yes.
to like so that
Yes, that's
doesn't take
exactly
too
what
much.
you can
Yeah.
do. Excellent.
18.
Okay.
18 strength.
All right, the two of you are struggling. This is really god-darn heavy. That's why it wasn't bolted to the ground, but you two are pros. And you guys are lifting with all your might, and that's causing a little rocking that Far you are, I mean, you're passive alone. It's going to be like, oh, easy, and
Yeah.
causing them to slow down. And so you guys have to stop, and you're going to have to make another check. You made some movement. It did not go off. You were able to move it a bit, but you moved it a little too much before it might have been shooting and hurting.
Okay, so another strength check or a dex check?
Another, oh shit, I didn't even do the strength dex check. You're right. Give me this dex check to see.
Okay.
15.
19.
That was the one I was trying to assist on.
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
The
Yeah.
dex is like
So the DC will be
Yeah.
lower then for that. Yeah.
19.
Okay, you're
14.
both fine. So now we're doing it again, and it'll be strength and dex again, and again, Far is just passively, he's doing his thing.
I have something I would like to attempt when you.
23.
Okay?
Natural 20 in the strength check.
Okay, now dex.
Come on, natural 20, guys. Give me another one.
Dirty 20.
13.
Okay. You guys make progress, and you're able to move it just enough, like basically sliding it to the side, where you're kind of like with like a compass. When you draw a compass, you're just sliding it over, changing the line of sight and radius of it, and you guys now have a way to sneak into the doorway now.
Okay.
Mahua, what are you doing?
So, I'm gonna take helmet.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it at the end of my quarterstaff.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to the pedestal barrier, I guess.
Sure.
I'll go forward.
Yes.
How do I get stopped by the barrier?
No, it passes right through.
Okay. I'm gonna hold the helmet in my hands.
Yes.
I'm gonna walk forward.
You pass right through.
Nice.
So good that we took that
Okay. I'm gonna look at the top row. What's on the top row?
One
You
knife.
said, I think you said, is there any, like, differentiating symbols on it or anything?
It looks like it has markings of madness on it, and it has a strange inlaid gem on it, very clear colored.
Mahua, get mad. It's a fun time.
Fucking
Do it.
Hunter, do it again.
I turn around and I'm like, guys,
Oh,
As
you're
you see him
shitting
on
me.
the
It
opposite
was
side
that
of
easy?
basically the ray shield.
Yeah, it was that easy. God damn it.
I think we should break one, but that one has markings on it. I don't.
What about the other ones?
It's trapped by them, so that's confusing to me because I thought that was like their thing.
Yeah.
There's
I don't know,
other
is
one.
there another one? We can maybe break another one.
I was gonna go from top down, so like, is there anything in the second row of the 4?
I'll say no for the 4.
Then the next row was the 12, right?
Yeah, and there's 10 in there. 8, I said.
I'll go to the top left slot, whichever one's top left
Okay.
of that 12 row.
Yeah, they're just different color gemstones.
Yep.
All the knives are identical.
I'll pull it out. I'll put it on the ground, and I'll take my quarterstaff and go.
Why don't you go back to the top row?
Do the top one. Yeah, can we, Juan? We have
Yeah.
the gray hand for Madden,
I
right?
asked, do you guys want... I don't really trust it, but it's also weird
Whatever,
that...
I don't.
The gray hand or
Whatever.
Madden?
No, you made your decision. We're not playing how I want to play. That's fine.
We can do it again.
That's the point of this. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's
We
fine.
have more time to crack more.
Start
I know.
smashing.
So you crack it, and as the knife breaks, you see smoke come out, and then an entity forms in front of you. And as the entity forms, you hear a and in front of you, now standing up and standing tall over you, Mahua, you see a friendly grin go, "Thank you for releasing me from that. That was quite awful. What is your name?"
I'm Mahua.
Wonderful to meet you, Mahua.
Got some companions out here as well.
One second.
Uh-oh.
I'm
The
having-
silence is deafening.
Who is this?
I've got a feeling, but we'll see.
He forgot his name.
He's unimportant.
It's Tyrax.
Cyrus
Or
Lovejoy.
Otto.
This is so crazy.
Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Is it Mosnell's dad?
Anyway.
Damn.
As he puts a hand on your shoulder, Mahua, the rest of you stand mouths agape, as well as Ignatius' eyes goes wide as the Herald of the Storm makes eye contact with Salem inside this room, as the entirety of the world is in a brand new position. You see before you a gray orc that looks a lot like this.
God
I
damn.
know what the fuck he looks like.
Yo!
Who did you plan on getting out?
What's that?
Who was Ignatius the plan?
No.
Oh, God.
I mean,
You
he was
still
going to
have
come at
time.
some point, but I had something more fun. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Ignatius is out. And Ignatius looks to you, Mahua, and he looks at this the wall,
More of them.
and he just casts a dispel magic at 9th level, and it goes away.
Sorry, couldn't do that.
You were
Dagger?
these.
Come
You want me
on.
to just start breaking these daggers?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Let's do that.
Does that is that what okay? Because like markings are usually bad, but like
That's a little
it's
judgmental of
here.
you. You see, Ignatius goes to you and gives you a little like, well, let me tell you, not everyone is defined by who they are in complete Ignatius fashion.
And by the time they're talking, Killian's grabbing another knife and breaking them.
I'm just pointing
He's
out
like, "We're
it's
more people."
weird because I thought markings were like this people's thing, but like if they're holding one captive, that's
There's
strange.
many markings for many different types of people. Killian, as you go up like a dirty little troll and you start breaking them, is the music done?
No, yeah, I guess so. It's been out for like 5 minutes.
I mean,
Oh fuck! You played different music.
No, it's still been the Dark Victorian.
It was the Victorian one. Okay, sorry. I thought you like played another track. It's like, oh god, what did I miss?
So you're muting the bot.
I'll do one more song. What's his name's got to get off. We're just about wrapping up.
Gotta sneeze. Where's the light? Ah, damn it! It went away. Nick the Gremlin just typing in his
I'm
keyboard.
so excited. This is so cool.
Nick. Oh wait. You said 6 daggers at the top, right?
Yeah.
There were
There's
6 slots, but 1 dagger present.
One was
Yeah.
filled. Might I say, I don't think we're as important to be put on a wall with heralds, but Hadrian was one of the only 6 of us who had his soul yoinked.
I'm
We put the heralds
It's a
below the dipshits.
Yeah, but Hadrian also wasn't.
I was gonna say, I don't think we're that important. But
More likely, it's
He's
like
probably in
here's
the
a
garbage bin
Valkyrie
inside.
soul.
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we're that
Probably,
important.
like,
I was
Like,
I'm
thought
just
that.
saying, man. Listen, man, I'm just looking for 6, and there's 6 right here. That seems pretty easy in my head.
Yeah, but that one is specifically Madden, and Hadrian wasn't. That was this fucking dumbass right here.
That's true, it was Madden, I forgot.
Anyway, as you begin breaking these, what you find, Killian, the first one you break, you find Charnook shows up. The next one you break, you find Tyrion shows up. The next one you break, you find oh fuck, who's the fourth? No, Tullius isn't here.
No, he's gone.
Shalmir's fucking dead.
Mosnell shows up. As you continue breaking these knives, Mahua, do you break the top one?
I mean, he made a good argument, so
Don't be racist.
As you break that one, you see a elf form with markings of madness all over, with purple eyes, and you see Ignatius go like, "Oh fuck." I think you were right, actually, on that one.
Oh no!
As you
What do you
see-
mean? Wait, what do you mean?
You see an individual standing there being like, ugh. The other walls are disabled by the other heralds that are showing up, some of which are immediately going up and embracing Salem. As they begin breaking and throwing these knives, people begin appearing, champions. And of one of the knives, as it breaks, a familiar face to this party. As you see the
Rasmus.
Yeah.
Blasphemous.
This is that.
Yeah.
Shit eating. Shit grin eating. Grin eating. Hadrian.
Shit eating great.
He did.
But
Is Adam gonna play Hadrian?
as
No,
Hadrian shows up, you guys see at the door now, Sordin. The purple-eyed Sordin is standing at the door of this area as everybody is being summoned in here with a smile on his face as you see him going, finally. Yeah, wait, this is to wrap up, the final thing too that you see as the heralds are looking, and instead of going toward Sordin or anything else is happening, as all these people are appearing, a lot of them begin readying themselves in front of the individual that we cracked open at the top with the markings of madness, the elf. as you see, well, they trapped me too. We don't have to. We can do this another time. They're like, I don't know if I believe that. And then you hear
A partial truce.
Is that
this is not Pargem.
It's a dragon god.
It is a dragon god. It is the sapphire dragon god. I want to say Typhus Dune, but I believe that's the gold one. So
No.
Yeah, no, Typhus Dune's the gold
Typhus
one.
Dune is no.
is Typhus
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
I can figure this out.
Because Typhus Dune is the gold one in the
Names.
Fey Wilds, I believe.
Oh my god.
But then
I'm
again,
getting...
see, I was gonna ask you, but the dragon god is appearing in front of you right now.
I fucking have the names. Hang on.
Yeah.
Into me.
It's not Forgath. It's not Pargem. It's not Sundrel. It's not.
Oh, Sandro would have been the
yeah,
coolest.
you don't get Sundrel. Oh, it's not.
Not yet.
Zelrog.
There's Zalrog
it's
or
Zalrog.
there's Typhus Dune.
Okay, what's Typhus Dune of what?
I thought Typhus Dune was the sapphire dragon who attacked our.
Home.
Oh.
Then it is Typhus Dune. So Zelrog is the.
There's
the gold
Ryzog
dragon?
and there's Zalrog.
Ryzog is poison. He's the black dragon.
I do not remember interacting with Zalrog very much, which is why
It must be Zelrog.
Zelrog.
Zelrog must be the one in the Feywilds then in your campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is Typhus Dune. Okay, I was right initially. You think I would know my own gods, but what do you got? But you see Typhus Dune, and as she's saying that, the eyes go from purple to blue sapphires. As that is where we'll end tonight's session.
God.
Holy
damn.
hell, Reed, that's crazy.
That's a lot. Imagine if we just
so
didn't.
nuts.
Imagine if we just fucking left and didn't touch the knives.
Just kind of.
I mean, that was an option, but like.
it is an option, but then Reed would have to wait weeks, and I would just be dying
Yeah.
on the inside.
I'm
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I had like the hat, the mask one right there, and I was like, no, we're not doing
You
it.
solved it
didn't the
immediately.
exact-
What's happening? What's going on? What's going on? Why are they walking away?
Well, the problem is like logically, these
Yep.
people wouldn't want you
Good night,
wearing their
Boss Queen.
shit,
Thanks for
and
coming
my
out.
head,
Didn't say
my
me
head
either.
goes to put on the helmet to walk through.
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
That would have worked too.
So-
But whatever.
Yes, but I'm sure then I
That's
have to
so
make all sudden
fucking-
dumb saves because they
Not
have
really.
stuff on their helmet.
Not really.
What is this dungeon gonna be like if we have like how many heralds do we have?
10, max.
8.
You'll see how it goes.
No, 8. Okay.
Potentially
going to
eight.
be insane.
Potentially 8 heralds. You have 5 I've named, but I believe
Is Bologna Rob? No,
which,
not
are
Rob.
the-
Bologna-
which heralds are not there?
yeah, wait.
Raleigh-
So
Raleigh-
Raleigh the ones
Tellius
that
is
are
not
at-
here, Raleigh is not here, Ares not here.
So 7.
No Adium probably either.
No Adium.
Judging by that.
So then
Yeah.
Bologna would be here.
Ulazal?
No, he's fucking dead.
He's gone. Fuck that guy.
I wanted him to be dead, so he's dead.
He's super fucking dead. All right,
Fuck him.
I'll get the rest of it later, but things will happen next week. This Saturday, you don't have to wait long.
Saturday.
Saturday
I'm
for
so
our
excited.
session.
That's
All right.
so cool.
Yes,
That
insane.
NEM is gonna be
Stop it.
great.
I'm
Stop
so
skipping
glad
that.
I finished campaign 1 before this session.